What is going on, Strange Gang? Welcome back to the channel, All Things Strange. It's your man, Dr. Strange, and I appreciate you coming back through for another Dr. Khan. This is part two. Last chance to hop in. So I figured, I'll come back on, raise a little awareness, but this time I had to make it a little juicy, man. I had to get a couple of special guests to come on stream with me, man. So I hope you enjoy having them with me as much as I know I will. So first and foremost, up in the building, you guys know him. You all love him. He's our favorite cartoonist and personality in the whole YouTube sphere right now. Oh man, I owe this man a lot of thanks on multiple levels. So without further ado, I got my brother Shawnee Pooh in the house.
How's it going? How's it going?
Yo, fantastic, man. It was going all right, but now I got you here. Oh man, forget it. I'm good now.
Exactly. We gotta go. Oh,
Excelsior!
yeah.
Yo, that's what I'm talking about, man. Yo, good looking, man. I appreciate you joining me.
Of course.
I know you are a busy dude. You got a lot going on, but I also know how that is because we're very similar. So I know you know how to juggle a couple of things, chew bubble gum, talk crap at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So I said, man, I got to bother Shawnee, man. I got to bother him.
Sometimes I trip on myself when I'm trying to chew and talk at the same time, though. Oh no.
But it's all good because we still make it to our destination at the end of the day.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Round of applause for that. You know what I'm saying? All right. So yeah, I got to get the fade effect popping. You know what I'm saying? I'm still learning.
Yeah. So how's your weekend been?
Oh man, my weekend has been very eventful. Non-stop action as usual, but it's been good. Decent weather. Can't complain on that front. So yeah, man. My Friday was dope because, as you know, I finally got something in the mail that is very special to me, and
Woo!
happens to be right here. You know what I'm saying? We got crappy cameras, so you can't see my invisible envelope here sent by Shawnee. You like that, right? I got a lot of magical properties going on. I got some Doctor Strange amulets on right now. They're not working. I'm missing a few gemstones. So if I phase in and out of existence, that's why, So, but yeah, man, I wanted to bring you on stream in particular and tell you thank you for sending me this, and I hope the camera will pick it up like last time. It worked for me a little bit. I gotta hit the right angle. Bam, bam, up.
There it
is.
Yeah.
Man, this is so crazy.
I had a blast drawing it. I was trying to, it was all for my 100 subs giveaway live stream. It was on my birthday, October 2nd. You came up. I really appreciate you coming up. That was so dope. You came through, you dropped in. Unfortunately, you USPS, like, hang on.
Bruh.
Come on.
What is the odds? I'm like, are you freaking kidding me, yo? I felt
then it came in the next day, right?
I felt like this.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, what are you talking about, man? What? Bro,
Oh shoot.
Bro.
Yeah. But I was already drawing a bunch of the characters, and there was something that BE from Informant had said. He said, I want to see Mo Nose. That'd be so cool if you drew Mo Nose. And that started kind of a snow pile boulder.
Right. Once it starts rolling, though.
Yeah. And I had more ideas. Did you happen to see the Mo Nose one?
No.
Oh, okay.
What?
So yes. Okay. I will have I will have let's see, a YouTube video drop of that pretty soon. I don't know what day. Otherwise, you can go back to the live stream, but you can wait for the regular video, either or. I did that one. There was somebody else, but they didn't happen to make it to the event. They're a busy person. And then I wanted to go all out. I wanted to do a My Collectibles. I wanted him like up in the front and him like wondering, where's Grogu? And
my God.
Dude, I wanted Grogu in the back, munching on a comic book.
Oh my goodness. That would have been... You still have to manifest that, though. You still have to make these things happen, man. You already got the concepts brewing, so it's just a matter of time.
Another one just to point out, Poof. Everyone's talking about Poof in the button. Hang on. Everyone's talking about the Poof in the button.
That's a fact.
I wanted to draw Poof munching on some Cheetos or something like that, mouthful.
Oh my God.
With one button in front of him and being like, I don't know what button to push.
Yo, and that's the ongoing joke too. That's what he'll say too. Sorry guys, I don't know which button to push. Like,
oh, that would have been so good.
Hilarious, bro. Oh my goodness, man. I appreciate you sharing that info. Personally, I'm not trying to wait, man. I'm gonna go back and just watch it again. You know what I'm saying? And also help out with viewership, man. I mean, we were celebrating your birthday. Also, 1,000 subs.
Yes.
That's major. That's a major milestone. And to be real with you, like, I haven't even hit it. So, salute. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy, bro.
Yeah, I'm looking at my watch hours. I'm like, I don't know if it's going to happen this year.
Right. That's
the goal is to hit the first one where it's like super chats and all that stuff. I think it's at 500.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. I'm not too sure.
Right.
But
that's
you got
the goal. First 100 down.
Yes, exactly.
First 100 give it up. Down. I messed up and said 1K, but it's 100.
Yes. Now,
it's a grind. Don't get me wrong, but based on what I've seen on your channel, you're gonna get it no matter what, because you already understand like what goes into a lot of this, and you're already employing things that I'm not even doing yet. Like, for example, I wish I could pull this up. I might have to. I got Omi Daily Burns YouTube channel up right now, but let me take a little ride over to Shawnee Poo YouTube, y'all, and that's the name of or I should say Shawnee Poo Tube is the name of his channel. And let's see, let me share my screen with the good old folks here. Let's share the screen and go to Shawnee Poo's channel. There it is in all of its splendor. The man got his banner game together. He got all his franchising materials together. I mean, y'all see the icon. You know what I'm saying? Now, I have to bring up something. I don't know, because like I sent this to you the other day. I know you were busy and you were probably like, what is Doc bothering me for? But I literally went on my timeline yesterday or the day before, and I'm just randomly scrolling. And I guess you must have uploaded this around the time, right? And mind you, I just came out of a space that I didn't even know I was going to be a part of. Like, I knew 2 weeks ago because the people asked me to be on this space on a Friday, but they were like, we don't know if it'll be this week, next week. Either way, we'll get back to you during the week. And they didn't. And kind of similar to this situation, I just literally happened to open up Twitter and I noticed Miss Gecko was in a space. And when I looked at the name of the space, it was like the bus stop featuring our special guest, Dr. Strange. And I'm like, this can't be right. I'm like, this is not happening right now. So I click and it's like, listen to space. And sure enough, I go in there and they're like, hey, our special guest showed up. He's here. Blah, blah. I'm like, what is going on? Like, no one emailed me, DM me, nothing. So it was just like on the fly. I ended up missing the Cryptoids spaces because I was being interviewed. You know what I mean? So totally conflicted. But then once I'm done with that, I go on YouTube. And literally in my timeline, I only get like 4 videos down. and I see this on my screen.
Uh,
And I'm like, what the hell is going on with my life, yo? Like, people are just abusing me, you know what I'm saying? I have no say in the matter. It's all good, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta ask, what is going on? I have no idea.
so pretty much, this is from the birthday live stream. So what Shawnee Pooh's been doing is, I do the live streams, chop it up,
Right.
and then put the videos out. So that's what it is.
Yo, that's dope.
So when you came through, this is me. Hey, Dr. Strange came through.
Wow. And it's like memorable, you know what I'm saying? Because now, even when I want to go back in that moment in time, I got my own little video I could click on and, you know what I'm saying? A little reminisce right there.
Yeah.
I like that, man.
So I've been trying to tag people as well. Like, you've got your tag down at the bottom.
Absolutely.
That's how I was able to tag you.
Right.
And so I just figured, hey, might as well, tag everybody. So if somebody on my side watches it, they can easily tag that,
like go right to their page. I've been doing the same, man. I've been doing the same. It's a nice little feature they added like a month or two ago now, and definitely helps.
I wanted, you brought up the Twitter or X, what is it, Spaces?
Yes.
Shawnee Pooh's been having some problems. I mean, it's every time I try to go to the Will space on what was it, Friday?
Yes.
I bring it up on my phone and it just shows white. I can't go in and listen to it.
You know what though? Friday in particular, there were a lot of issues on Spaces. Like one of the space I was in being interviewed in, I DM'd it to my friend, and he was saying he kept clicking on a button and he kind of got what you got. You're the first person to really give me more details, but it's basically what he described. And mind you, we got like 40 minutes into the space and they were playing one of my songs. As soon as it ended, it was dead silent. And I'm like, damn, did that song suck or something? Like, what's going on? Literally the space rugged out, and you know what I'm saying, they had to reset, and there was everybody from Alex G in there to everybody was in there vibing. And once it got reset, like half the people showed up, you know what I'm saying? It just wasn't the same, man. But it is what it is, man. But real quick, I do want to bring on my other special guest in the building. I don't know if he's ready. I might have to give him a second to warm up, man. He got so many things he's bringing. He got so many things he's bringing to the table. Might have to get set up properly, but I think he's good. Ladies and gentlemen, man, ever since I really started communicating with this guy a little more, you might recognize him. He's been on little live streams lately, but man, this guy is like the ultimate investigator, Curious George in our space, and he has the know-how and the wit to really dig in and get the juicy nuggets that we really all want. You know what I'm saying? We really all want to know a lot of things that he brings to the table. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, help me bring on to the stage my man Omi Daily Burn.
Oh,
Woo!
how's it going?
Salute, man. Yo, I don't know if it's the right or left how it's coming up, but I got a double salute. Both
I
of
don't
them.
know. Hey, if you're right-handed or left-handed, I don't know. I mean, I was in the army, so I mean, I was always right-handed. I did it with the right, so.
Right. I don't want to violate, but then I know it's like I might be mirrored, so I'm doing it from the left for the people that it looks to the right.
Yeah, true.
Right, so I try to cover all bases if I can without violating. But man, thanks for coming through. How you doing, man? And Shawnee, I didn't even get to ask you back. How was your weekend? Let's just go around, you know what I'm saying, in the circle, man. How was your weekend? What you been up to?
The weekend wasn't too bad. I decided to back up my art stuff because iOS had a new whatever, iOS 17 or something like that.
Oh boy.
My boy has been bugging me. Dad, did you update? So I had to back up my art, and that took forever. It took forever. And then when Shawnee Poo tried to update the stuff. It took forever and ever. It was not cool. It was not cool. It took up my whole Friday.
Right.
But other than that, I got to work on some other stuff.
Right.
Saturday was pretty cool, chill. We got those announcements on VV.
Right.
But-
you know, we gotta dig into that.
But just to go back to the spaces, so like Osman Collects, they do the Webby Wednesdays and all that other stuff.
Shout out Oz.
This is what I'm seeing. It's just white.
Wow.
It's just white. That's just
What?
white. I can't click on it. It says it's done, but I can't click on it. It's for every space out there. I have no access to. So
ODB.
That sucks. That sucks.
So I can't listen.
So
I
you're
can't
saying don't
join.
update at all? Like your phone, right? It's just nothing. iOS, whatever.
I
it is,
updated my phone and I've been experiencing these issues with spaces. I even went as far as deleting the app and reinstalling it just to see, hey, maybe that's it. Nothing. It's still the same.
Really? That's what I was gonna suggest, but dang.
with apps like that, like Twitter and Facebook and all that, they got priority access to a lot of things, so they'll fix it probably quick.
Hopefully.
Pretty
Because
quick.
I'm missing out on spaces.
Oh man.
Not cool.
You can go on the web. Hey, just go on the web.
Oh, I was that's how I was. I was listening to Will on what was it, Friday Space with Crypt
I was
Toys.
supposed to be there, man. I was supposed to be there, but
We'll just log in on Safari, log into X on Safari, and then you'd be able to join spaces on there. Should be no big deal.
Really? With Safari? Awesome.
Yeah,
I'll
you
do
should
that
be
then.
able to. I mean, it should be no different. I mean, except the app has extra features, I'm sure.
right. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So Omi Daily Burn, how was your weekend, man?
Busy. I was busy. Got a lot going on.
Tell me something I don't know about you.
Dude, I got so much going on. It's just not. I can't catch up. That's the problem. So
No, right?
I'm behind, like I think a couple of years. So
Right. And it's like as you tackle one thing, two more things are being added at the same time.
I got a long list. It just keeps getting longer, and I can't get. It's just a lot of people want a lot of things from me. So it's just I can't
Absolutely.
catch up to everybody.
I'm also a part of that list. It's just you don't know it yet because I'm smart enough not to bombard you with any projects or anything yet. But yes.
When those little 2-minute things or whatever, that's not a big
Right,
deal. But like
okay.
when it's a whole day, a whole week, and then
Yeah.
a whole month, it's just I can't.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's a lot, man. So real quick, I'm gonna just flash it on the screen. Let me present my screen here. And I also wanted to thank Omi Daily Burn for partaking in the Dr. Khan CGC comic book raffle.
Oh,
Man, very, very appreciative of everyone who has joined. Let me add some info to my ticker, my banner stuff going on here. Of course, we're still new to StreamYard, but yes, I figured out how to make a ticker on the screen.
woohoo!
Woo! Yeah, baby. Excelsior. So yeah, man, we got a couple things to dig in. I mean, I can't have Omi Daily Burn on my stream and not talk about like BB wallets and supplies and edition numbers and all that good stuff.
That's all I'm good for. I mean, I guess just looking at
No.
numbers.
See, now that is a false statement, sir.
Man.
Especially on my live stream, that's a false statement because, ladies and gentlemen, you see all these comic books behind me? These are AI generated. You see all the comic books behind ODB? Those are real. So we got plenty to always talk about. Look at this, man.
I just got a whole. I'm just organizing all my stuff, and that's just that's about half of them or something.
Lord,
I've been loading up recently, so
put me to shame. Yeah, I used to have a nice collection. All got stolen. Story for another day.
oh, dude.
Ooh.
I think
Yeah.
you mentioned that before. That's horrible.
Yeah. It's
So you can, if you got home insurance, if you own a home, then you can use that. But like,
oh no, it
you're
was
gonna
a
pump up your home
transportational
insurance.
theft. Yeah, no, it was transportational theft, man.
Oh, God.
So
I'm sorry.
yeah, I didn't even have a home while my stuff was being stolen, and so
Yeah, that's horrible.
yeah, it is
The
what
doc-
it is.
The
but-
doctor was like,
No.
Facts. That's a super fact right there.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to do right now, maybe I gotta stop sharing. Maybe it's just not possible. But I was actually trying to bring up Discord, which I kind of muted it, and it. Let me see if I can bring it up. Let me see. Windows, no. But yeah, I wanted to bring up Discord because, guys, I've been preaching lately. I had to get on my soapbox a little bit, man. It's a new day over there in Discord, man. It's a lot going on. If you like creators and you want to support creators, just know that VV Discord is doing what they can to support us creators. So it's all cyclical, you know what I'm saying? The more that you interact back, the more they say, oh wow, this is working. We are raising awareness to different people in the community. But right now, Omi Daily Burn got the spotlight on them via the VV Discord app. And it's funny because I wasn't paying attention, right? And they just tell us, yo, go on there, watch the video, leave a positive comment. And I went and did that. And I mean, what he's saying in the video sounds like he made it yesterday, because like I know he's gonna tell you the information's outdated.
It is.
But I'm so like into even old comics on the apps and things like that like I was just looking at the book he was showing in the app. So to me, he's talking to me. I'm like, oh, this is new information. Like, and I'm not reeling the numbers have changed. So I hit him up and I'm like, bro, I love the new video. I'm glad you're back. And he's like, what new video? I'm like, the one that's in the BB Discord. He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, it's like 5 months old. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, it's still relevant to me.
I'm like, you're showcasing me. It was like 3 months ago, I think, a video or something. I'm like, I haven't made a video in a while, but I just taking a little time off from all that because it's just too much. I couldn't make the video. I had to cut. That's the first thing I had to cut.
Right.
It's just things get wild and work comes up, and then you're like, dude, I gotta cut this, I gotta cut that, and there's just so much.
Yeah, that's a fact. Man, so I want to dig into like so many different things. Let me really quick, if I can figure this out. First thing I want to do, you got a butt.
Soon I'll be making more, and they're gonna be a lot better than they were before.
Okay. So what
nice,
from like okay. I was gonna say from what, like a production standpoint or a data-driven standpoint?
Data, I think.
Nice.
A lot nicer. You're gonna see a lot nicer data.
Okay, I'm always for that. Like where it's like easier to sort and process.
Oh my god, yeah.
Ooh.
It's gonna be amazing.
Okay.
I mean, it's gonna be really good. I just, I don't want to say this or that. I always used to say stuff on Twitter. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna do this, and then I just don't do it, and I'm like, I feel so bad, and I just can't. Something comes up. There's always something that comes up.
It is.
It's just kind of like I don't want to say it. So we'll just leave it at that.
I feel you. I definitely feel you. So, what are you guys feeling about? I actually wanted to pull this up first on screen. Let me do that properly. Let me see here. So, I wanted to kind of chop it up about what we officially know that VV has announced so far, and just kind of get your thoughts on it. See what you think. So, let me share
about the Comic-Con?
Yeah. Like the drops we got, all that good stuff. So,
all right, Comic-Con, the poster.
Let's dig in.
600 minutes.
Yes.
That's a go.
That's a go. Now, why?
600 minutes. 90 is going to be in a VV. It's going to be 510 minutes. I mean, think about that. The last ones were what, 2,000, 3,000? I mean, if I'm not mistaken, they were like pretty high up there. And I think they brought it down last in July or something with a different poster. But the Welcome to New York poster, if I'm not mistaken, it was over 3,000.
Yes.
That was also over a year ago. So, but yeah, I mean, like you're talking about less than almost 500 minutes for that. So, come on, for 30.
Right. That's okay. So
it was higher.
So you're saying that you would go for it because of the fact that after the drop you won't immediately be underwater more than likely?
Pretty much.
Okay.
I mean, like it's if you like the posters, I mean it's an X-Men one. If you like the posters and everything like that, but nobody wants to be down immediately.
Exactly.
You buy a comic and you get the common, and you're
Lord.
like, okay, it's down, it's worth $2. And like I
Right.
just lost $5 immediately. And
Yes,
it's
I
like,
could have bought 2 or
But if
3
you-
of these.
yeah. If you got the secret rare, it's a different story.
Yes.
But then again, like the prices just start at the top and they come down, and you could probably just sell it and buy it back later. I mean,
Mhm.
strategies of doing things, but things
Mhm.
tend to trend down. So
That's my thing is I kind of had to step back a little and say, yo, things just seem to be constantly trending downward. It's only a matter of time. You get some things that seem to hold value
not
in the
everything
end. Right. Not everything
over
has-
time, but
Yeah.
there's certain things that do hold up.
Yeah.
It depends on the mint size. You see certain things that don't, because you look at some of the low edition collectibles and they actually do start to hold value, like the R2D2. Everybody likes it. You got sentiment behind it. People love the interaction with it. It's the actual original R2 and the same thing with the C3PO. Actually, low edition account on that one. So it's not like the Golden Moments one, but like the Golden Moments ones continue to trend down. I mean, it's got like, 12,000 mints. So, it drops down. It's just lower and lower and lower all the time. But the R2D2 is holding steady and slightly going up,
Mm-hmm.
So it
And that's
depends on what
really
the item is.
interesting. So let me ask you, what do you think the reasoning is behind that for R2 in particular?
R2 because it's the OG, R2 mainly, and the animation's pretty cool. I mean, and that's a pretty fun thing to see. But it's and I mean, if they want to tease the whole X-wing thing, I mean, that kind of jumped the price jumped like over $100, and they went up like 30-something, 40% on that. It's kind of funny, but then it just trended right back down where it was before.
That's the scary part, man, is when I see these fluctuations and things happen. It's like, is this like a pump group? Is this just a group of whales? Like, what is causing this? But
yeah.
Okay, they got a little actual medium thing here. I haven't looked at any of this. So like you said, we got the poster. What are your vibes on the actual poster? Like, do you like it as far as like just the art itself?
I like
Yes.
it. I think it's okay. It's pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah,
But
the last. Sorry.
oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just talking about the last poster. It was the Happy Birthday Avengers 60th.
Yes.
Mhm.
That was 1160 editions. That was that I saw, but like it, different styles. But this one's yeah. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's an X-Men 1 focused. I'm sure they're going to get it done this year
Right.
because it is the 60th.
Right. Okay. Understandable. I was sitting here sharing the wrong screen. So that's why I'm like, what do you think it is? And you're like, what? What are you talking about? And I'm over here scrolling past the poster. Like, why don't they see the poster? What is going on here? All right, let me try this again. Let me see.
Looking at the older ones.
Yeah, I had it pulled up. Let me see.
July was
Amazon, here it is.
Iron Man and Spider-Ham, X-Men 137, the Warlock, and Avengers. So this was like the classic X-Men. But here's the thing: this is like the 60 Uncanny Years. Then earlier in the year, that's when you got the that comic that I was actually in the app, in the one that was showcased, right?
Right.
That was the comic that you got for the 60th anniversary in what was it, February or March?
Yes.
You got the that comic as a bonus if you got Marvel Unlimited Plus.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah. Well, actually, I didn't get it, but I remember that. I was tempted, but can't do it. I couldn't. I got problems with monthly commitments, man.
Yeah, you don't. When somebody like me does a video like that and it jumps up in price, that's not when you buy it.
Yeah.
Let
me
it just comes right back down.
Yeah, that's
But it
part
did
of the
shoot
problem.
up. I mean, it did shoot up, but that's not. You don't buy into the hype.
Facts. Yeah, you gotta buy when nobody's talking.
Yeah.
But real quick, let me hop in the chat, see who's in the building. We got Ronnie Lido. Yo. He says it's Harvest Day for me today. That's what I'm doing right now. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody up in Canada right now. having that good old dinner, good eats. What's so funny, Shawnee?
Nothing much, man. Said Harvest Day, what?
Yeah, he said, "What harvest? What you harvesting over there?" You know what I'm saying, let me get some. We got a slider. We got a slider in the building. Said, "Let's go." Stan always coming with some insightful, mind-bending questions. Are the highest priced physical comics difficult to sell? Very good question. What's your opinion, Omi Daily Brand?
The highest price? Which ones? Like the $1 million ones?
And he's saying, yeah, physical comics.
I mean, I say no. Not really at all. I mean, it depends on what price you want. If you're actually stuck on a price, though.
If you guys
auction or something, I mean, it's gonna go. I mean, and it will go high. I mean, like the ones that went for millions or something, they go and they get bid up.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys heard or listened to? It was a podcast on stealing Superman with what was his name? Nicolas Cage. It was a podcast about his Superman #1, Batman #1 getting stolen.
Wow.
And it's a long story. Oh gosh, I'm looking it up right now. My brother put me onto it. It is a good podcast. It's like 6 or 7, 8 episodes.
Wow.
You guys bringing this up about, hey, how hard is it to sell like an old comic book just makes me think about this episode. It is good, interesting, intriguing, mysterious, and overall fun.
Yeah, you can send me the link of that. I want to see. I want to listen to that.
Slider says usually the highest grades are easier to sell. The mid grades are harder and fluctuate more, especially in a down market. I have to agree with that. Like you said, all depends on your asking price and how eager you are to sell. We got Eric in the house. He says, "You guys going to New York Comic Con?" What you gonna say, ODB?
No, he was asking about highest priced.
Right.
Not highest graded. Obviously, the highest graded would be pretty easy to sell as well, but they could go. Prices fluctuate quite a bit, like on a newer version or something. And they could, you could overpay on something like that. But people want that 9.8, and they'll pay up for it. And it might, there's a wide range of prices for it. So just don't overpay on something like that.
Right. That's definitely the key right there. Okay, let's see what else is going on. So, he asked, are you guys going to New York Comic Con? Obviously, I am, because that's why we're here to raise funds and do a raffle for Dr. Khan. You know what I'm saying? But it's a good question to ask my co-host here, special guest. You guys going to NYCC?
For Shawnee Poo, it's gonna have to be a sad no, man.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I mean, if I could, I would. But unfortunately, it's not in my cards. No, not this time.
Understand. Most definitely know how it is.
I can't go either. We'd love to. It'd be fun. I mean, looks like it's going to be a pretty big deal. Right in Times Square. I mean, according to Alex, he's saying he pulled out all the stops, for this. David did, and looks like it's going to be pretty huge.
Wow.
Don't know, and it looked like they're planning something else. I don't know. But yeah, according to their Funko website, it looks like they might be launching the BB-verse as well on Funko Day. So I don't know. We'll see.
Juicy.
We'll find out.
So,
Strange, I just dropped that link in the private chat for you.
Okay. Got you. I see. Should I drop it in the chat for the people?
Yeah, because if I did it, I think it won't go through since I'm not approved and all that stuff.
Right. So this is technically called what?
This is Stealing Superman. Stealing Superman.
Oh man.
It's a story of, again, oh shoot.
Action Comics #1.
Yes. And what is his name? Nicolas Cage.
Right.
Johnny Pooh's memory. Yeah,
Right.
it's Nicolas Cage's story. It's really intriguing. You guys got to take a listen to it. It's
I don't
fun.
want to. Don't ruin it for me.
Oh, I won't. I'm not going to tell you anymore.
I'm gonna actually listen to it.
It goes up and down. It is one of those good podcasts that you just want to listen to, and when it's over, you're like, "No, come on!"
Oh man,
like,
one of
give me an
those.
update.
Gotta love that, man. Let me just get through these because I love my peoples in the chat being active, chopping it up. So Eric says, looking forward to the VV party for sure. Absolutely, Eric. I'm only going inside of Jacob Javits on Friday, but I am attending the party. So if you see me, come up, shake my hand, give me a salute, and say, "Yo, I'm Eric from the live stream." You know what I'm saying? Let me know what's good, man. So yeah, Slider. Friday he was in the space, and after an hour it bumped me, and then it said unable to fetch. Wow, see that? Oh man, my man J Kill, XRP in the house. You know. So yeah, man, we got some ODB fam in the house saluting him. Feel the burn. Let's go. That's right, man.
Baby, come on, baby, come on, baby, come on.
Yeah, it's that ODB, man. Looks like we got my man Hananu in the house.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Excelsior.
Oh yeah. We're gonna need some more sound effects because we also got my homegirl VV Fan Bam in the building too.
There you go.
Hey. Yes. Okay. So Hanano, he can't come on, but he is listening with the fam. Shout out to him. Shout out to the little ones who just had a birthday not too long ago. I'm telling you, it's like I had a birthday, you had a birthday, Bob Sales had a birthday. You know what I'm saying? The Uncommon Podcast Youngling had a birthday. So yeah, man. A lot of celebrations. Bam Bam in the house. Are you attending New York Comic Con? Yep. And Bam Bam will be out there as well. That's gonna be dope, man. You know, and you guys know what it is, what we're here for. If you would like to gain entry into the raffle, if you would like to just donate to the channel, if you would like to be a part of getting Dr. Khan and get possibly a 9.8 Amazing Spider-Man number 25 Skottie Young variant, or a 9.8 Hulk number 1 Peach Momoko variant, and you got $10, I don't know what you're doing with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because I would love the opportunity to get a 9.8 grade Hulk number 1, especially because ODB could tell you it's not getting perfect grades on black covered books.
Oh, that's hard to do.
Yep.
You see that Ninja Turtles number 1?
Man,
It's super hard. It's all black all around. They just did that in the 80s and early 90s, and you can't get high grades on those things at all. Super hard.
At all. You know, luckily people are collectors and are more, you know, in this age, so it's like they know to buy stuff hot off the press and keep it in good condition. But back in those days, you know, it wasn't what it is today. So real quick, looks like we got someone who's joining us. I have no idea who this individual is, but this is what happens when you drop your live stream chat link in the chat. So without further ado, we're going to bring up someone that goes by the name of Eugene Oliver. What's going on, Eugene?
Thank you. It's a great pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. We appreciate you for coming by. This is what I am attempting to do, is have a live stream where we can all come together, share our thoughts. You know, I don't think I'm better than anyone else, so why not share the love?
Thank you. Normally, this would be the part where I ask anybody if you have any olive oil and give you a few instructions. But right now, I have a more serious thing to deal with.
Okay, let's hear it.
So, brace yourself. The other day, I was just walking across the streets of London when all of a sudden, I saw a dog running across the street without a license. I was wondering if that dog was going to be safe because I noticed that it almost got hit by a car. I tried to stop the car and I ran out into the street to try to stop it. I put my hand up and the car stopped and the dog crossed on its own. I was horrified because that dog could have been roadkill if it wasn't for me. So I decided to take the dog and put it up and find an animal shelter, took a picture, and reported this mess to somebody else. A local authority saw, and they decided that I had done a good deed of kindness towards animals, saving an animal from becoming roadkill, and they gave me 500 euros. I was so happy. And I was wondering what I was going to buy with those 500 euros. So I went to the thrift store and I was looking around the thrift store to find some items. You see, and then all of a sudden I was looking for the thrift store. I found a broken keyboard and I found a leather jacket, and then I found a statue of olive oil. And not I bought the olive oil and
Damn it, man. Oliver.
Hang on.
That's a horrible accent. Man.
One sec.
Give it to him.
Beta.
Give it to him.
Beta.
I tried, guys. I really tried. You know what I'm saying? Bam.
Oh boy. How about that?
Bam. Nah. Oh,
that was intriguing.
That was, man. Man, maybe next time, Oliver, come on and just give us all the olive oil. Just give it to us in the front part instead, and we'll just slide on through next time a little easier. I think that's the problem. It wasn't enough lubrication going on, so
Pretty much.
yeah, I had to. Yeah. Hey, man, but I appreciate you coming on and sharing that story, man.
Different.
This is what it's about. Yeah, this is what it's about, man. You know, I'm all about entertainment, man, so I love it. Yo, we got the one and only in the house. Oh, man. She's going to be helping me out with the raffle, doing my wheel of names or duck race, whatever the heck we're going to be doing to get this going. He said, oh you shit. Scoundrels. Yo, Eugene, man, I appreciate you playing along. You know, it's all in fun, guys. You know, just entertainment, man. And we got some. Oh yeah. So yeah, man, like she said, when mom tells you to enter the raffle, guys, you enter the raffle. You don't debate moms, you know what I'm saying? But who else we got here? Aldous Halvelvi just sub to the channel after seeing your tweet. That's dope. So, yeah, man, we just running through, you know, making sure there's not any particular voices that are not unheard. So we got Mahalo Joe in the house as well. We got Miss J Kill in the spot as well. So that's dope, man. I appreciate everybody coming through. Looks like we got the biggest bro in the house. But what happened? Did he buy the statue? Hey, biggest bro, you gotta come through on the next live stream. Hopefully we'll have Olive come back and give us the conclusion to his story.
Oh, Hercules. Oh, man.
Oh my God. What is this AI? It's gotten out of the box. Oh man, yo, appreciate you all, man. So yeah, man. So we already talked about the poster, right? Mm-hmm. Let's see what else they got on deck for the people here. And the poster is going to be dropping October 12th, 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. List price at 30 gems, 600 editions. And it is a secret rare, of course. First edition for public sale is going to be number 41. And this is part of the X-Men 60 Uncanny Years series. So we got Kingpin here with his Raisinette face going on. It's like real wrinkles. It's a lot. Yo, what's going on with his knuckles, man? What's all this? Fam, what the hell is going on over here, man?
Knuckles.
I wish we could.
It's got the detail, man. The lines, the ink.
It's a lot of Jabba the Hutt in the face.
I mean,
going on over here.
It's
a lot of
similar
sludgy
to
action.
it's similar to the X-Men ones. I think they might be changing this stuff up. I mean, this is pretty different.
Mm-hmm. Very cartoonized effect going on here. I'm gonna be curious as to see how this looks when you drop it in AR, of course. Like, will it still have these cartoon lines? And What do you think is behind some of the change ups that you've been able to notice? What do you think's behind it?
I mean, it reminds me so much of. I mean, I play Fortnite because of the wife. Hang on, don't laugh at me. I play Fortnite because of the wife, and sometimes they do these cell shade stuff, and this reminds me of it, and it looks cool. It looks cool to me. But why are they doing it? Probably new flavor. That's what I think. Just new flavor.
Any thoughts on me, Daily Bird?
I kind of agree with that. I think they might be changing it up quite a bit. Maybe because of or maybe a new studio.
Yeah,
right. Very possible too. Or is it that certain studios are already commissioned to handle certain lines? Because this actually, I never really took the time to zoom into Daredevil like that. But being that this is part of that series, it makes me kind of want to go back and analyze how Daredevil looks, because it's easy to just assume he's like everything else, because it's like you got the red and it's just black lines. But might want to zoom in again and see if it kind of does have this like cartoonized effect. Slider said he likes this Kingpin. Kind of like this Kingpin. I hear you, man. I'm just not used to seeing so much globular, things going on in his face, man. Like, it's a lot right here.
It's more cartoonish. I mean, looking at the Professor X and Magneto, it's the same thing.
Right.
So, I mean, all of them are like this. I mean, you got the X-Men, what is it, the 97 cartoon coming out again? Yeah, I mean, they're probably going that route to kind of promote. Everything they do on VV with Marvel is promotion for Marvel stuff. Is basically all it is.
That is true.
They drop everything for a reason. I mean, some things might be fillers, things like that. But like, I'm pretty sure they're dropping things for a reason. So.
Yeah, I have to agree with that sentiment. A little bit about the drop details for Kingpin. This will be October 13th, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard. 40 gems for this one. Editions 2,444. Ultra rare. 41's first edition for public sale. What do you guys think about the drop price versus edition size? Do you think this is going to sell out?
Yeah, it'll probably sell out, but the edition size is a little high, but like it'll probably still sell out because of the event.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know how immediate, but yeah. I mean, you get surprised sometimes. I mean, I forgot which one recent there was. I was like thinking, this won't sell out, and then just I didn't think the Pink Panther would sell out, and that thing went.
That's true. I think it had that perfect. The thing that some of these drops do have going for them that are like sell out surprisingly is that they don't have too many other drops around them. So they kind of have room to breathe in that regard. And I feel like, some people may go, it's just like me when I first got on the app. I said, I'm not committing more than $100 to anything on here. And when I got here, I was faced with saying, do I get one thing for $100 or a bunch of Murakormos and Kripkins for like 8 gems? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, what kind of buyer are you? And if you're going into that whole weekend and event saying, I only got 100 gems, I think some people might be selective with what they go for. Or some people might say, well, what if I miss the X-Men comic? I got to be prepared to pay double retail possibly in the market. So I think as the drops happen and as things shake out, people will make different decisions with their money. I just don't know how much money is on the app. And especially with surrounding drops and mystery and secret drops potentially happening. It's a lot. It's asking for a lot of money to participate in all these different things. So I think it's going to be interesting to see where the VV fams' money is spread out and what it goes towards. What do you guys think?
Yeah, nobody knows how much money is in the app.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, since Cashapp. So I mean, but it's less than like what was put in, I think.
Yeah. I know my OMI balance continues to go down that I put in the app like since I joined it, and they let us import it over. So I've seen it go way down over time.
Same here.
Weird.
Same here.
Very weird. Damn it, man. Stan says, any updates on the VV autograph technology? I told you guys, he always has the best questions.
That is a good one.
Oh, because these are things that I always think about, and then they come in and out of my thought processes every once in a while. But I do remember even like last Comic-Con, people were going around able to get things digitally signed. I had no idea how the hell they were doing it, but I thought it was cool as hell. You know, even we had talks of like collectibles and frames. Yeah, people had frames and were able to somehow put stuff from their collection in there. And
oh man, they did a screenshot and they just put the pen on it.
Okay.
Yeah,
they just the person signed it basically, and then they just like either screenshotted that or whatever it may be. Took a picture with it.
All you got to
technology behind it right now.
Yeah, wow. All you got to do is take a snapshot of it, bring your iPad, bring Procreate, put it into Procreate, grab your Apple Pencil, and hey Todd, would you sign this VV McFarlane Batman? Oh yeah,
right.
And there you go.
There it goes. Okay. Another great question by Stan. Is the Addiction comic the first independent comic release?
Ooh.
Yes, I swear. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna DM Stan one day when I figure out who he is on Twitter, and I'm gonna be like, can you be like my topic guy? You know what I'm saying? Can you just give me 5 good things to talk about? Because
but it is. I think it is, right?
It is. Yes.
So are you going for that?
Oh, I'm definitely going for it.
Like, are you going for the physical at the convention?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'll be there. I'll be there. I mean, I used to actually go to the Limelight. It was a club. Well, first it was a church. Then it got changed to a club. So in the 90s, when me and my crew was running around NYC, there were a couple clubs on the same block, like Essos and Vertigos, all these clubs that were popping in New York back in the day were right in that area, but they converted the Limelight to more of like a, I guess what you call emo or like a dark type of vibe. You know what I mean? It looked like a church, but it almost looked like a church of Satan. You know what I'm trying to say? Like there's a red glow by the door. You know what I'm saying? You're like, what the hell? So now I was shocked to find out that it's a pizzeria now, much less, they have this collaboration with the team that's doing the Addiction comics. So yeah, when you literally Google map it, you'll see it's still Limelight in quotations, So I thought that was awesome. I personally don't think I'm gonna go out my way to go to that pizzeria and probably pay like $20 for a slice of special pizza just to get a QR code that only leads me to a couple pages of the book. I feel like for that amount of effort, might as well walk my ass around the convention, find them, and then see what I can get, in real time. Of course, grab up a digital version on the app and keep it moving. But what you guys think, man?
If I was going to NYC, I'd definitely be picking up some physicals, especially with that VV logo. I think that's cool. I'll try to go for the drop, see what I get. What do you think, Omi Daily Burn?
I mean, if I was going, for sure. I mean, why wouldn't I? I mean, it's a question. I'd be picking up that along with 100 others.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, I haven't been to a convention in a long time. The prices going to these conventions is not cheap. I mean, they've gone up quite a bit since years back. I mean, like $80 for like one day. Some places it's just kind of nuts.
Right. That's why we're here, ladies and gentlemen.
That's the thing. Unless you're going to see somebody, unless you're going to do something, unless you're going to buy loads of comics or whatever,
right?
Make it worth it.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean, last year. No, go ahead, Sean.
I was gonna say it's even going up for the vendors as well. Here in Phoenix, tables used to be $300 for a 6-foot table. Now it's up to $600 for one 6-foot table.
What?
So, oh yeah, it hard times.
That almost makes you say now I have to build that cost into the cost of what I'm selling just to make all this make sense. So everyone pays the price. Everyone's passing the buck on to someone else.
Yeah,
it's crazy, man. So, yeah, one day we gotta have a stream again, guys, and get into independent comic creators and all of this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's a new wave. I personally have a friend in my music group that's into that. As Shawnee knows, he just completed a Kickstarter.
Woohoo!
In 1 week. 1 week, All I can say is we are some ultra talented individuals You can look him up. His name is Drew Spence, Spence. Check him out on Google. Has a project out right now called The God of Fury. He already has so many books already done. You know, he's such a prolific story writer. He does everything himself. You know, all the art, everything front to back. But really, you know, we're lyricists, and we pride ourselves when we make our music on being highly conceptual, paying attention to a lot of detail. So obviously the ability to storytell is a foundational piece of being a well-rounded MC. So, you know, we learned how to take these talents and things that we've built up over the years and apply them to different things as they come across our table. You know what I'm saying? So you look at our videos right now, it's not just dudes running around in front of the store filming each other. It's all AI now, you know, and with this highly conceptual style we have, it's almost a disservice to just make a video standing in front of a car with a bunch of chicks in the back when you're rhyming about Transformers to UFC to this to that. You kind of want to like show these things, like what you mean. So we found a way to even artistically curate our videos and take them to another level. But we'll get into all of that another day. But yeah, man, what led me to that thought process was Stan, of course. Do comic collectors include graphic novels in their list of Grail comics? If not, why? What's the best graphic novel to grab? Thanks. I would say the best graphic novel to grab would be Drew Spence's God of Fury, but I'm kind of biased, you know what I'm saying? But I like to see their opinions as well. Watchmen is very good. That's actually one of Drew Spence's favorites. Yeah.
I'm not too privy on the whole graphic novel thing.
Okay. Yeah, it's a niche within a niche, right? Like
pretty much, yeah. I mean, I stick with the comics, actual, like, you know, I kind of go with the little Silver Age, Bronze Age, Copper, whatever, modern, but I never really did the whole graphic novel thing.
Right. I always liked it from the standpoint of like, there are obviously restrictions with, you know, regular comics, and once you like enter that space, you have parental things to worry about and stuff. So I always thought graphic novels were dope as far as like they could show stuff that most mainstream books can't. And yeah, I also like digital comics as well, like literally curated with graphics, the whole nine. Because again, it's like video games, like it's or something cartoonized, you know, you could just make things look so over the top, you know. And,
I mean, you could do a lot of this stuff in the comics too. I mean, I know they got certain things they can't do, but there's quite a bit.
It is. I mean, like my friend's comic, he's curating a version of Spider-Man. His comic is fully 3D. You know what I mean? And yeah, you can do that in a physical comic, and he has physical books. So when you get his physical book, those pages that are 3D, you need the old school cardboard, red side, blue side, old school 3D glasses. And then for the digital one, which we're waiting for the technology to catch up and kind of streamline and figure out what it's going to be, so we can, you know, apply one thing that a bunch of people could use, but those are going to be 3D as well, you know, in a digital space. So we're always just trying to stay abreast of what's going on, you know. But I have to say there are things he pulls off in his books that you just can't pull off on it in like a 2D type of drawing. You know what I'm trying to say? And I mean, there are ways to draw 3D, but we all know it's like a certain depth of perception and things like that that you could tap when you're talking graphics and digital stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, back to those graphic novels. I remember when they came out, they were like a saving grace, because there were sometimes where, you know, you try to collect every issue, and then something happened with issue number 9 of Ultimate Spider-Man, or, you know, something happens where it skyrockets and then it's out of your price range. You can't even buy it to even read it. So when those graphic novels came out, oh my gosh, you'd be able, that was now your reading copy.
That's true. That's true. Can't argue with that.
You want to read something, I mean, that's out of your price range. There's other ways to go around it.
Yeah.
Just find a beater.
Yeah. Find a beater. There's, you know what I found recently? It's something called Hoopla.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's like with your local library. It's like they have comics on there, and I'm like, wait, what is this? And like, you get a library card. So step one.
What?
You go get a library card in your local library.
Okay,
and
I
then
have one.
sign up for Hoopla.
Yep.
HOOPLA, and then you enter in. You authenticate or whatever like that. Yeah, and then all of a sudden you can do some searching for some comics. I don't know what they got everything on there, but they got some recent stuff on there. And I'm like looking at it. I'm like the Last Ronin was on there, and I'm like, wait, what's going on here? Because people like actually like they donate to the library or something, and then you just I don't know. It's digital, and I'm like, wow. I bought the Last Ronin, Ninja Turtle one, the recent story, and then I read it on the Hoopla.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's wild.
They got a ton of stuff.
So they had an extensive library as far as like Marvel comics, all of that.
Yeah, I mean they got a bunch of stuff, and I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, you want to sign up?
Yeah, that's it. DC
and
Image.
You want to sign up to like Marvel Unlimited, pay $100 a year or whatever it is, or you accept the Hoopla in your local
right.
Walking Dead.
Yeah, see?
Oh man, they got all kinds of stuff.
Come on, man. This is why you gotta like share knowledge like this.
That's a fact, man. You know, that's the type of value I hope to bring to the people, man. And
Omi Daily Burn brought up Hoopla, and now Shawnee Poo. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling it.
See,
and they got other stuff on there too. I mean, you can rent the movies on there for your kids, or stuff like that. You know, it's just like
it's
you
like
rent movies
like
and
the
you
library,
get like 6 a month or something like. It's like a library on your TV. I put on my Roku. You know, I could rent books, I could rent movies, I could rent whatever. It's awesome.
Oh man!
So a must listen to is this: Marvel Comics: The Untold Story by Sean Howe. You guys gotta. I mean, how many hours is this? It's 17 hours and 52 minutes.
Of what? Video, audio?
Oh no, it's a audiobook. And it's the untold story of Marvel. It is fantastic. It's spectacular. It's amazing. It's all of those.
Yeah.
It's like
Johnny Poo has listened.
Years old, but then
right.
Untold.
Johnny Poo has listened to this probably about 8 times.
Wow, so that means
I'm not joking.
Get nuggets out of it. Then.
This is Shawnee Poo's Titanic. You know how back in the day, 97, everyone's like, Titanic, go Titanic. 3 hours of your life. This is Shawnee Poo's Titanic. I love listening to this. This is awesome.
That's sick, man. So we got to dive into it, man. For me, this is like an elephant in the room here. What is going on? Looks like we're getting X-Men number 1.
Yeah.
We got a couple of cover variants. I refuse to say if I'm stacking or slacking live on the air. Tune in shortly. But let's check out the covers. Why is Angel holding a bazooka? I have no idea.
Angel.
I think he did. I think he did in the issue or something.
Oh
like that.
Man, that's crazy.
That's wild.
I never noticed that.
See, I'm telling. Don't let me dig in, man. I'm giving y'all pieces of the episode already.
That's crazy.
I can't give y'all too much.
Yeah.
Man. You know what I'm saying? Iceman in his original form with no definition. Looking like a snowball. This is fire right here, man. Like, I don't know if it's Beast or what it is, but I like this.
It's the old Beast, yeah.
My only problem with this secret rare makes me feel like I don't need it. If I want this, I can go get the rare of the other comic we got, where it's the black cover with Cyclops, I believe, by itself. Omi Daily Burn might remember more than me which comic that is. Might be X-Men number 4 variant. I forget.
X-Men 4.
Yeah, what was it? The Scarlet Witch first appearance, right?
Right. Where the uncommon is her.
That's what it reminds me of. The same secret rare.
Right. Because it's, a panel pull. And I liked what they did with those earlier books where we were getting like panel pulls for other variants instead of, like Deadpool or Fantastic Four, just a bunch of different lack of saturation or full saturation situations. So Yeah, man. Uh-oh. In 4 minutes, talking big junk, y'all. When does he win his Spider-Man comic, man? In 4 minutes, he maxed out his entries, man. And to be real with y'all, I don't have it fully tallied up, but I could tell you there's less entries in the Skottie Young than the Hulk #1 Peach Momoko. So he has some pretty good odds, man. Guys might want to hop in. I'm just saying. Even if I had entries, I might want to re-enter again because it's like, hold up, those entries might have just only been in one comic, and now that I know Skottie Young's a little empty, might want to hop over on that side. I don't know. I'm just saying. So yeah, this is what we got. Are you guys going for the drop? And do you think it's going to sell out at 20 gems a pop? Dropping October 14th, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, of course, in a blind box format. We're getting 10,000. Shawnee, I know you laughing because you like this dude is doing stacking and slacking live on the air. 10,000 total edition. I know you. See, I can read you. First available public edition, number 186. And we're getting 6,000 classic. And now let me stop. Yeah, man. So what do you guys think, man? What you think about this drop?
I think it's fire. I can't wait for it. We've all been, I think a lot of us has been waiting for this to finally be dropped. It looks like the secret rare cover. I think it's going to be page 6. Don't quote me on it. Shawnee Poo might be wrong, but when we get it, let's look at page 6.
Now, Shawnee, when you know facts like this, what you need to do is make sure you tune in to my fam, Kid Arcade, every Sunday on YouTube around 12 p.m. Eastern Standard, because he does giveaways. He has multiple games, and sometimes he does a little segment where it's like you need to know this type of information. What page did this come from? That come from? So, yeah, man, I can see you cleaning up over there, man. You know.
Now this is a fire comic. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I've been waiting
back
for
in the commons.
But hang on. Knowing Shawnee Poo's luck, I'm probably gonna get an uncommon. And
oh wow.
No, indeed. Just to say, I'm not crapping on the uncommons. It's just I don't know about that one.
Right.
I don't know about that one.
Right. For this particular one, you're like, it's not really what I need going on in my life.
I mean, I was looking at it and I'm like, why didn't they color the rest of them? But to be quite honest, I mean, it probably,
you know why, right?
There's really, I mean, that's if you colored them, it's already half of the page.
Right. I think it's the standpoint like he's the leader.
Yeah.
But I agree that most books, it's like, well, who's featured the most? You know what I'm saying? Who does it center around? And I think they all equally get love in this issue. So,
you know what? If Shawnee Poo could have done it, I would have put the color on Magneto.
There you go. I was just about to say that.
Oh,
that's who I was going to go for as well.
Skip the heroes. Put the color on Magneto. Oh,
that was his first appearance too, ain't it?
Yeah.
So he had just as much right to getting that as anyone else. So I totally agree.
Cool. I'm happy that the comic's coming out.
I kind of feel like Magneto is what's missing from our exclusive covers, honestly.
I'm just glad that they didn't just do the cover swipe.
Right.
No diss on the artists that do. I don't know if they're instructed by Vivi, but
right.
Yeah, I mean, with the uncommons and stuff, I mean, the lack of color. I mean, for me, it's not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just want to stick with the commons and stuff. And to be honest, if they do introduce the burning later on, I mean, the commons are going to be probably a lot less than the uncommons down the line.
Yeah.
Nah, I definitely agree, man. Let's see what else we're getting here. Let's see what your excitement level is looking like. We're also getting Professor X and Magneto. And I could see what Omi Daily Burn was saying earlier about things being very similar in the face with Kingpin, like the jaw lines and the way that they make the definitions pop. Definitely cartoonized. I'm kind of excited, like I said, to see what this will look like in AR, man. Like, right in front of me, having reality there and something that's not trying to look real but cartoonized. Can't wait to see that. You know. So what do you guys think about this drop? We got 40 gems, 2,666 for Professor X, and 2,888 for Magneto. So are these dropping the same time? They are. So I guess you're gonna have to join both wait lists separately and make a decision.
Wait. Separately?
Yeah, look, they're
Does it
both
say
11
blind
a.m.
11 a.m. Yeah,
Yep.
11 a.m.
Both 11 a.m.
But it doesn't say blind
11 a.m.
box.
Yep. No,
It
it's not a
was-
blind box. You have to go for them individually.
Oh,
Oh, I see how it is.
I think Magneto's selling out. Well,
Magneto
they're
more
probably
so,
both.
yeah.
They're probably both selling out, but I think Magneto. I think there's a lot more of us that just
It's got more
love that
editions,
villain.
though.
What was that?
It's got more editions.
Oh, it does.
Yeah,
What?
but like 222, but like still. Here's the thing: you're not going to see how many there. Well, you'll notice later, but you'll probably hold back some too,
Yeah.
extra to actually give away.
Does it say it in the article?
No. Well, they might. You scroll down.
No, it's usually right here. Total of 90 editions will be withheld, and that's on each.
Yeah, they might hold back more, but
So what do you guys think about the quality of Magneto?
what does it say? Hold on. What
Which
does it say
one?
right there? Hold on. Don't 90 editions. There's a max purchase limit of 20.
Whoa,
What?
where'd you see that?
You see
Hold
that
on,
right there?
let me go down. Yeah, max.
For
Oh,
these
What the hell?
20. Wow, they're limiting people, huh?
Huh.
They're gonna make it more widespread. So that's new. Definitely.
So how do you
Is it-
interpret that again? How do you interpret that? What do you think
They're
that?
trying to get a, I mean, I guess they're trying to get people's, the whales to stop stacking as much, I guess. I mean, holding on to 20 and trying to shred it out more evenly and give it to everybody, I guess. It's kind of safe, but
Wondering how that affects us during the actual drop, because that's what they're referring to, right? But I've never been in a situation where, like, after that 15-minute cooldown, I'm just pressing the buy button over and over and over. So I don't know who that's for.
the same thing right there for the look at that. Scroll up for the comic.
A total of 375 editions.
But that's the thing. They do 90 a piece.
Oh,
90 about 360 there, but they do
oh.
90. It looks like 95. I mean, like, it doesn't make any sense. 375, but they change it up like depending on the edition size of, like, this is 10,000, so they do have a graphic somewhere I found or actually put together.
Okay.
But yeah, they still, it's 20 max for those. For the Avengers one, it was 1. Why is it 20 now? All of a sudden, that might be a typo, to be honest.
Interesting.
To be
I mean,
honest,
they're
for
also
real.
trying out sort of like a new waitlist thing too, right?
Wouldn't be
They're
a
gonna
wait list. When they're going to cut the time down by 10 minutes, but
Right. Other than that, it's pretty much the same. And the market's supposed to be closed.
what is specifically for this listing though? For these things. So they said, hey, it's going to be 15 minutes, and then you're going to change it to 5 minutes, and you can't list these specific things until whatever X minutes after or something like that. But I think the rest of the market should be open. But that's when you find, that's when you find the deals in the market too. So the other stuff are going to be, cheaper because people are just trying to sell to buy these things. You can find deals and stuff like that.
I agree with that, man. I don't know. A lot of tough decisions. Trying to stay on my toes during that whole weekend. We got
I bought like 5 of those X-Men's, the physical ones.
Which ones?
The simile ones.
The facts, right?
Yeah,
I think facsimiles are worth grabbing of those types of comics.
I
Personally,
just like them, man. I
Yeah.
like seeing them. Like, I see some people have those 9.8s and they're hanging them on the walls. It's just like, damn, I want. It's just, but there's a lot of them.
I know, and in a way, I'm not mad at that because certain ones, like, they came out, I missed them, or my comic shop just didn't have them, and then I guess they did other runs after that, and I've gotten lucky from that regard. But man, when I'm trying to hunt down some of these facsimiles, man, I'm gonna be in your DMs, man. I have a feeling you'll be able to point me in the right direction if I need something. You know what I'm
You
saying?
just gotta, dude, I hit up almost every single comic shop in my area. Just
Damn.
looking around.
Just making those calls, right?
When I'm in the area for something, I just go in there and like if I do I have time, I'm like my wife's gonna
Right.
kill me if I come
Right.
back late or something. I'm like, let me jump in here real quick. Let me grab some stuff.
Oh,
And just
God.
she doesn't know. She doesn't hear me.
You like, can you give me the least noisiest bag as possible, please? When
Yeah,
I leave?
right. I gotta hide the stuff and bring it
Yeah.
down and like so she doesn't see.
Yeah, you got to go buy groceries and get him like a cardboard bag,
Yeah.
so all that's making a noise and it's deflecting from the other bag. You know what I'm
Dude,
saying?
I brought my 5-year-old in to a comic shop and I was like flipping through books and stuff and then I brought him to another one after like some other place and he's like, this again?
Oh man,
I'm like, quiet,
right? Quiet. Oh,
I was like, stop.
oh.
Not this
Man.
again, Daddy.
What's
Oh,
up, Sean?
man.
Man, so
That's what I gotta hear.
while I got you on, man, I gotta take advantage because I can't talk about this type of stuff with just anybody, right? So the topic is VV wallet / supply, man. Give us a little background about like
What topic? What are we talking about? Wait,
the
who said
topic.
that?
I did. The topic is VV wallets and supplies, man. I want to know what led you down this path, how you got to where you are today, with being a beast on the blockchain and all of this stuff.
Beast. I mean, dude, I just posted some stuff about wallets and this and that, and it's just being a coder, man. You pull up the API in IMX, you pull down some tokens, you start doing some analysis. I mean, it's just you put things together and you present it, and that's all it is. I mean, anybody can really do it.
Right.
For the most part. I mean, the API where you get this data from in IMX, it's literally just a link like any other link, and it just brings you stuff in a format. You just copy paste that format into another website, and it makes you a CSV file you can open up in Excel if you really wanted to not even code a single thing. If you wanted to, but it'll only give you like 100 or 200 of the first 200, I should say. But it gives you everything you need. I mean, like from there. But I wrote some code recently and I sent it over to I think Will and Vivi. I think I'm like, hey, here, he wanted to like kind of learn some of this stuff, and I'm like, here, I wrote some code and gave it to him. I was like, do this and that. You can pull down everything from IMX with just this code,
Wow.
So it's not really a big deal. It's just pull down the tokens, pull down the information, the same stuff as anybody else. It's just people want to learn. All they got to do is ask. To be honest.
Right. I think that's the part of the problem for a lot of people is you don't know who to ask first. So
Yeah.
you first got to kind of find the community, then find the people within that community, then hit them all up. And out of 10 people, 5 might be idiots or not want to talk to you. So then, you know what I'm saying? You just got to wade your way through it. And it becomes a thing like, okay, how bad do I want to know this?
Yeah.
And it's like anything else. You know what I'm saying? If you want it bad enough, you'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Or you'll figure out who to.
If you're really interested in it, it's like, like in school, you're back in grade school, you think about this, it's like the teachers want you to put at least some effort into it. So you want to put some effort into it and say, hey, I found this, I did this, I found that, I don't know about this. But if you just wanted everything handed to you, then yeah, I mean, it's just like, I can't help you because I'm just going to hand it over to you. Then like, whatever, it's not worth it. It's, what are you going to do? But it's just like, make some effort, be interested in it at least. I mean, if you're just trying to find this or that, I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Nah, I feel you.
Everybody hits me up, was like, hey, can I find this and can I find that? I mean, there's a lot of tools out there you can kind of jump on and kind of find it, without asking it even. So, but I mean, if anybody's got a question, they can always ask.
Absolutely, man. Thank God, you're not a stuck-up individual, because I know I hopped in your DM one day and I don't even remember what the hell got us talking, but we just started talking, and it's just been flowing since.
I think we were in the Discord comic chat, I think, right?
Right, man. You guys
We were
might want to
talking
head
about
over
stuff.
there. Yeah, man. It's definitely fun over there, and like I said, it's exposing me to people that I might see in Twitter, but not have an opportunity to actually hear from or talk to. So I'm enjoying my time over there. Real quick, gotta say hello
Oh,
to the
there it
fans.
is.
Sleeping Comics in the house.
There he is. Oh, Sleeping's here now. We got to talk comics.
Oh yeah,
Bring him in. Bring him in.
yeah. I would love to, man. I just threw the
Sleeping,
link
come
in
on
the
up.
chat. Hopefully, he clicks the link and he joins us because
Yeah,
we
'cause-
are we're talking comics.
Yeah. So the thing is like with me, I've been like kind of hitting up a lot of shops around here, and I'm kind of noticing some shops have prices here, some have here, some have like deals, and then there's those little things in the corner that are like, hey, this place has just like a box over here, and it's like you find some gems in there. And like I've been picking up like a lot of $1, $2 comics that are like worth a lot more.
Wow.
And then it's just just to get those, complete some holes in the collection, that kind of series and stuff. But like then you started thinking, I'm like, all right, I just spent $500 in all these comics and everything, got all these boxes filled up, and I'm like, do I spend $500 on all those comics, or do I buy that one big grail or something?
Right. It's like me and Avivia, like I was saying, somebody with $100.
Yeah, I know, right? But like,
it's a lot of decisions.
But then like you get you can start making like a little deals and stuff. You can buy things cheap. You can start selling them on the side and stuff too, and like offer up, or Macari, even Crisis, whatever it may be. But like you can kind of get build yourself up. It's there's always ways around it. You get a lot of shops around me. There's one place that sells comics for like $2 a pop, and they recycle them every single month, and it's actually pretty cool because like one person found like a first appearance of Gambit in there, and it was like for $2. Everything's $2, and then at the end of the month they sell everything for $1, whatever's left over, and then they recycle over.
Wow.
But it's just like people finding gems in there, and I found a bunch of good stuff. It's just pretty sweet. You gotta look around. There's some comic shops that are actually pretty cheap, and some are overpriced. And you can use get yourself a reference point. Say, hey, find this comic at one shop, and it's going to be at the other one. Just make sure it's a more common comic or whatever it may be, or maybe some mid-grade, whatever, and compare the prices between the shops, and you kind of see which ones have deals or not, and which ones have overpriced or underpriced.
Right.
Things like that.
Yeah. Just got to shop around. It's like all these other things, right? Like, where the price isn't set in stone and its value is kind of like determined by a bunch of other factors. You know what I mean? Like, so,
and the secrets of comic shops. You got to tell people this stuff. Like, you tell the comic shop guy, hey, cash, you give me a deal. It's cash money. And we're like, oh, you give me like a discount. The comic shop by me, he's like offering a half off if you give him cash. He offers like half off sales all the time, but his prices are super high normally. But if you give him cash on the other times of the year that he doesn't have these sales, then he gives you that half off sale price that he has a few times a year. So it's like you gotta learn. You gotta go in. You gotta start asking questions, and doesn't hurt.
Yeah, it's always good building relationships. As well. So yeah, I totally agree with that, man. I just wonder if a lot of those people are doing that when you're buying like a certain amount of comics, or are they more open-minded as far as like book for book trying to cut the price down? Probably not, right? It's like almost like trying to buy wholesale.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like bulk.
You buy in bulk, you can for sure get a discount, I'm sure.
Right.
But if it's like a chain shop or something, I mean, they may or may not, but they can also buy comics from you too. I mean, I went to one, whatever, the guy wanted to get rid of comics. It's like 25 cents each. It was all mostly Batman newer versions and like $4 comics, brand new.
Wow.
Like, past like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll take the whole box.
Wow.
25 cents each. I'm like, dude, I can sell them for $1 and make 4 times my money.
Yeah.
Makes no, come on.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like about physical comics, even selling sports cards, is the physical work I kind of have to do. which is minimal. But unfortunately, with the comics, the shipping gets a little pricey and dicey, and that's where it's like, ooh, you know. Even doing this raffle right now, being that I'm sending slabs out, you know, shipping is a little, can get a little wild, you know. So
I factor in shipping and everything. That's my
You have
price. I
Right.
don't care if it's, you know, if I paid X, if the shipping is that, you know, Y, you know, I'm adding X and Y together. That's my price of my comic. You know, it is what it is. That's what I paid.
Right. Sleeping wants to know, Doc, how much for the Peach Hulk? So Sleeping is gonna be $10 per entry. When you send that either to Venmo, Cash App, whatever you want to send it to, just let me know it's you, because you know all of these mediums like to use our real names and dox us, right? So make sure I know it's you. But basically, if you do 10, that's for one entry into either comic, and let me know in the message which comic you want it to go towards. Obviously, for you, I think I know it's going to be Hulk, the Peach. And if you want to maximize your opportunity, $20 will get you 3 raffles into the entry. And this is closing off, ladies and gentlemen, at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. The drawing is going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow as well. Join me, D, Mo knows. Probably going to do a race. Who knows how we're going to make this happen? Could just spin the wheel. Hopefully I can kidnap Sean again, bring him on, and have some fun. You know, everybody's welcome to join. Sleeping is trying to max out his entries. He's going in, guys.
Great.
Hey.
Oh no.
Right. Yeah.
Ah.
You know how lucky he is too, man. Like,
Oh, this guy.
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you got all the options on my ticker on the bottom. If you scroll up, you can also see a couple links in the chat as we do continue to chat. I'm gonna try and find those links again and drop them again, man. But yeah, man, lots going on. What do you guys think we could possibly get that would make sense as far as secret drops?
Secret drops.
Oh.
Anything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well, Venom was a pop-up, but the other one was like kind of like out of nowhere. It was nothing. I don't think it was too big of a comic.
Right.
As far as like, it wasn't like an FA of this or that. So it was, you know, I don't think it's going to be X-Men related. It might be something completely different.
Right. We are getting heavily bombarded with X-Men, it feels like.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be shocked if it was. But what do you think, Sean?
If it was X-Men from 1992, #1.
Oh, there you go.
I forgot about.
Oh,
Yo.
that would be so killer. Jim Lee, and I'm talking the gatefold cover.
Yeah.
Oh, they got to do all of them.
Yo,
If they did that, wait, there's 4 of those, right? And then they could do a secret rare. If they did that,
Oh,
think so.
snap. When did that book come out?
1992, I believe, or
Ooh,
91.
Does anybody know when they started doing variants officially? Like as far as to the stores and stuff, and you know, Case.
The first one was Superman, I believe, and that was late 80s, and nobody really considered it like a variant. But I believe Shawnee Boo
86.
believes that was the first one. But
Yeah.
Marvel took it in the 90s and they ran the heck out of it. In fact, oh my gosh. Brings me back to that whole Marvel stories, the untold stories on Hoopla. You guys got to check it out. They talk all about the crash and talking about massive, you know, variants and all that stuff. So,
Well, that's because because you listen to that like a dozen times. So,
oh yeah.
So I look it up. It's Man of Steel #1.
Right. Let me drop that in the chat for the people again, man, in case they want to check it out.
It's the mini series.
Let me confirm for you, Sleeping, real quick.
They had multiple. I always thought that was like a second print.
Crazy stuff.
1986, Man of Steel #1, and it was and then it became more common during the spectacular boom of the 90s. Of course, that's when I got in.
Yep.
Well, so X-Men #1 was 1991. Yeah. Wait.
Oh man,
It has 5 different variant covers.
Oh
man. Just to let you guys know,
Yeah.
Sleeping did what he said he's gonna do. He put in 20 for his 3 entries, but he also threw your boy a little something extra, and he said, "Buy a drink on me, man." Salute to Sleeping Comics, man. Salute to the family, bro. This is what I'm talking about, man. Man, thank you, Sleeping. I appreciate you, bro. Good luck to
Oh,
you.
man, Sleeping's gonna win.
Right. You see, these are the things he does on a karmatic level to give himself extra entries on the spiritual side of things. You know what I'm saying? Man, what could yeah, man. Oh, I'm looking forward. I think he's coming out. I don't know. He's a very mysterious dude, man. Sometimes it's like it sounds like I think he's coming out, man. So if he is, bro, I hope I get to share that drink with you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to meeting so many different people, man. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
it'd be fun to come out, just kind of meet everybody and see everybody, and just have a big party. When's actually the party happening?
It's gonna be Thursday night. That's gonna be that party, and then you got the Sanjay party Friday night.
Sanjay party. It's always a party.
Hey, right.
That's a party.
Right. Hey, real quick, because I know, I've been holding you gentlemen up for a minute. We're about an hour and a half in. I might try and push 2 hours, might not. But before people go, just in case, one question I had for Shawnee Poo is, when did he start drawing? And my second question, if you can remember, is, can you give us like a little elevator, give us the whole Shawnee Poo backstory? Can I get that?
You want to rip that cord, man?
I do, man. I want to just take the Band-Aid off real fast and just rip it. You know what I'm saying?
So I was drawing at a young age. I was just drawing anything and everything. In fact, when I was in elementary school, I got in trouble for drawing when I wasn't supposed to be. In fact, the teacher took one of my drawings. It was a pretty cool Spider-Man drawing. She just ripped it right in front of me.
Wow.
She was pretty upset with me. I get it now, time and place. And that's
right.
I wish somebody would have just, sat Shawnee Poo down and just said, hey, there's a time and place. Right now, it's math time. So let's focus. You could do this later.
Right.
Or, hey, once you get it done. But knowing me, I probably would have been like, all right, I'm done. Come on, give me your paper, man. But I was always drawing. And then, I'm currently working on my children's debut children's illustrated chapter book. It's about a little boy named Shawnee Poo. Uh-oh.
Oh, let's go.
Let me grab these real quick. Sorry, guys. Did I hit something? Oh.
That's me. Don't
I was
worry.
like, did I do something?
Usually you're the only one with sound effects, So.
Yeah, I thought I was out. No. So, my story is about a little boy named Shawnee Poo. Kind of looks like me. He's got a school bully problem. He figures he's going to build a robot to stop this school bully. So he goes home and he takes his dad's junk. But it's not really junk. It's his dad's iPad Pro, a toaster, a working retro game console. He puts it all together and he builds his best friend, Fuji, the robot.
Wow.
But the question is, will Fuji be able to stop the school bully? Or will Shawnee Poo face the wrath of the bully's Power Wedgie 3000? Wow!
Love it.
You guys are going to find out as soon as I get the book done. The writing's done. It's 100% completed. I had 6 bombs beta read for it. It's got action. It's got adventure. It's got humor. But most importantly, my story's got heart at the end. I made one mom cry because it gets a little, heart tugging it back there.
Okay.
But it's going to be a fun story. These guys, I hope they take over the world. I want them to be like the next Calvin and Hobbes, the next Charlie Brown and Snoopy.
Yes.
It's
can
not
see
just
it. I see the vision.
it's not one book. This is going to be a series. This is going to keep on going. The goal is get the book done. Get the book done, and I want to go to schools. I want to get in front of school. I want to get in front of kids, as many kids as possible, just to let them know, how did Shawnee Poo come up with the story? What happened? I got bullied. Well, how can we combat that? What can we do about combating bullying and, you know, stopping it? How can we help others? And then maybe talk to them about how I went about creating the Shawnee Poo and Fuji book. Show them the process, show them how I use the Procreate, maybe do some speed paints. And then last but not least, let them know, dude, guys, I'm just a guy from Phoenix, Arizona. If I can do this, you guys can do it. There's creativity in all of us. So that's what I'm all about.
That's right. I love it,
Inspiring
man.
the next generation.
That's right. Man, I had to hear it. It's motivational for me. So hate to get you started. I know it's late at night, got your blood pressure up, you know what I'm saying? But man, I needed that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that too. I will be looking forward to being able to contribute to the Kickstarter when that gets going. If that's something you know wind up doing, I definitely want to be a part of the project and the movement early, you know.
It's like this. If you guys liked Big Hero 6
Yeah.
or The Iron Giant, Shawnee Poo and Fuji is up your alley.
Yeah, I'm sold. Yep. I'm gonna need 3 physicals, and when you go digital, maybe like 4 of those. Yeah. This is gonna be big, man. I have a feeling by this time next year, you're gonna be, you know, the addiction on VV, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? It'll be your run time.
That would be really cool. I would really love to see like either a poster or a 3D Fuji. Oh, that would be cool. A statue of my little character.
Bro. All right, but if you get that in the gate, just don't forget your boy. It's your boy. If I get it,
I'm not forgetting anybody, man.
Come on, there he is. Look at him.
This has been a cool ride, and everyone's been truly awesome. It's been really awesome. Cool.
Yes. Yo, who's winning the game, Mo? I need to know, man. I'm out the loop. Yeah, sleeping. Definitely, man. You guys gotta check out, man. I think I sent it to you, Shawnee, my boy. Like I was telling you guys, the guy in my group, ultra creative guy doing comics, graphic novels. Dynamics Plus is also his name. His real name is Drew Spence, but in the Lensman, his name is Dynamics Plus. He has a joint called the Big Dynamic Robot, and like I told you, when it comes to hip hop, man, we are out the box. You got to think Jurassic 5. You got to think Diggable Planets and just things you never even heard before, man. We just cut from our own cloth. So if you like different stuff, if you like sci-fi and you like hip-hop and you like lyricism, you're going to want to check us out, man. So yeah. Absolutely, man. So yeah, man, I just wanted to come on, raise a little last minute awareness that this Dr. Khan fundraiser / raffle is going on. It is in effect, but not for too much longer. It's going to be over tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So now's the time, ladies and gentlemen. You can always find the information if you're watching this after the live stream in the description of the video. Yeah, man. So we're hitting like an hour and 40 minutes, man. It's getting pretty late on a Sunday. You know, we all got to reset, get ready for Monday. Kids got to go to school in the morning, all of that. They're going to be waking us up. You're going to be tired with the red eyes, but it's all good. Saying, but yeah, man, I just wanted to see if you guys had any parting words for the people, anything you wanted to say, get off your chest, anything like that, man. So we'll pass it around before we get out of here.
What were we talking about before the other day? I was DMing you about Marvel Comics #1. Remember that?
Yes.
You wondered about that? You were talking about like how early comics in the app and stuff, and how they did the first edition mints and things like that. So what I was saying is that like the first Marvel Comics 1, they got 5 rarities just like all the other ones, but they did editions 1 through 100 for each of them. So each one has 1 through 100. So the rare has 1, edition number 1, 200, and the ultra rare, edition 1, 200, common, same thing.
Wow.
And then the first public mint for Marvel Comics 1 was, I think, 501. So it's a little bit different than a lot of the other ones.
Never knew that.
So then after that, I think was what was it?
Fantastic Four 1 or Spider-Man?
Journey. I think Journey.
Really?
385.
Mm.
I think that was the next one. So they did 1 through 50.
Wow.
Wait. 1 through what is it? Secret Rares 1 through 50. They have 50,000 mints on this one, but because I was looking at the BB's wallet right now. We were talking about that before, but they did 1 through 100. And so it was basically 450 for that one. So they did a lot of little different things back then than they did now. So now you have 186 is the first edition, public edition, and stuff like that. So, yeah, they kind of change things up and they do things a lot of different ways. So, when you're looking at MCP and you're looking at the low edition mints and things like that, that's I don't think anybody even knows which one is the first. On some of these comics that are older ones.
Right.
So I've been trying to put together a list so everybody can actually have and kind of look at and use for these MCP points and such. And it's just strange to kind of do the early edition mints like this. But did you see my thing back in the day about that one of the VV employees has the Amazing Fantasy 15? What is it, mint number 51?
What?
Did you see that?
I might have. Why is that ringing a bell though? And I remember feeling some kind of way about that when I did come across that. You and Straight MCP be having some thought-provoking tweets where you just say stuff, but you're not saying something specific to where it's like you gotta plant the seed and then just water it on your own. You know what I'm saying? But you give us the seed. You bro, you gotta find your own water and go from there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I didn't even post about that. It's a funny thing. So I posted the video when I showed it, but somebody else posted about it.
Real quick, ODB. I know Shawnee has to. Moves. Me and you can hang out though. I'm honestly trying to push. I'm trying to push another 15 minutes if you down, ODB. And I just want to throw it out to the audience. If you have any blockchain related BB wallet questions for Omi Daily Burn, maybe look something up and do some digging before we get out of here. But Shawnee, any last words for the people before you go, man? I just want to say thank you for coming on as well.
I'm Sean Sauter, aka Shawnee Poo. If you like to join me through my author journey, I'm on you can go to my website, SeanSauter.com. You can sign up for my newsletter, scroll down to the bottom, or you could catch me on YouTube, Shawnee Poo Tube. Reach 100 subs. Now I'm going for 250. We'll see what happens. And I think, you know what? Shawnee Poo is probably going to have a live stream coming out this week. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow. It might be Tuesday. But it's going to be what makes a Comic-Con exclusive an exclusive.
I like that question. Thought-provoking.
So, there you guys go.
All right, man. I've been looking forward to it. Gonna have my ear to the streets, to the X community. I'm already signed up to the newsletter, so I think I'm set, man. You know what I'm saying? I got my bell notifications on, so I'm ready. Like I said, man, I just hopped into YouTube the other day and saw my face on one of Sean's videos. So what the hell is going on here? I didn't record everything. Oh, man. It's such an honor, though, for you to even think to want to clip something up and make a thumbnail and have me on your channel in that capacity. So I don't know. One day when you go live, just know, if you need me like I need you, I'm here for you. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Gotcha.
Dr. Strange, thank you for having me on. Omi Daily Burn, this is FA meeting you. It's really cool talking with you. You're like way bigger brain than Shawnee Poo. So, woohoo!
Thanks for having me.
All right, guys. You guys take care. Audience, take care as well. Man. Remember, keep dreaming, keep learning so you can get those dreams. And most importantly, keep smiling. See you
That's
later, guys.
right. Have a good night, brother.
Yeah,
Peace.
nice meeting you.
Peace.
And then there were two.
Oh no.
What happens?
I was just going off of our DMs, man. I was like, hey.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. What else you see in there thought provoking?
Nah, man, I'm just I don't know what questions you got. I mean, like, what you have questions, I'm sure.
I do, but when it
You
comes
don't
to
even
someone
know.
like you, the questions I want to ask, they're not really in my head, and they pop in and out of existence. And I usually know I have no one to really ask, so that's as far as they usually go. But now that's changed, so now I'm going to be, accumulating things, and maybe not every step of the way DMing you something, and
Yeah.
instead, build them up. You know what I'm saying? So next time we get on, it'll be a little bit more. But someone in the chat has a question. NFT Hero wants to know who holds the most collectibles.
Who holds the most? That's
a wallet blockchain question. I can't answer that. That's for sure.
Man, we all know that's collectibles comics and comics, or just collectibles, because they kind of name things differently. But
that's true. I would say maybe just straight up collectibles. If you had to.
Collectibles themselves, man. Shoot, I don't know these days. It's kind of changed them quite a bit.
Right.
Could have been Dr. Profit, huh? Could it be?
You said and comics.
Well, Zan Comics has got to be that Zogman guy. He's been loading up on comics, like seriously loading up on comics.
Wow.
Which is all he's doing is loading up. He's like up to 25,000 now, I think.
What?
Yeah, Dr. Prop is like at like 15, 16,000 something.
So are these like, if you had to weight the collection by rarity, would you say they're literally going for commons or secret rares?
He's trying to do MCP stuff, I think.
So uncommons, I know you can stack, right, and still build, and rares.
Yeah, the rares are giving you the most points and such. So the commons, the good thing about the commons and the uncommons is that they don't. What is it?
Because they go down percentages in value or something, right? Like.
Yeah, I got the whole MCP thing right here.
Nice.
So, like with MCP, basically, you don't get a reduction, and if you have multiple of the commons and uncommons and such. Yeah, so you still get the quarter and the half points for the common and uncommon. For duplicates, you don't get any reduction on those, but for everything else, it's like it goes down to if you have 4 or more, it's like 10% of points. So basically, that's why people are stacking the uncommon uncommons. But then you got the rares; they're actually getting you quite a few points. It's 2 points for the rares. Right. So I mean, just to have a few rares, but if you have duplicates of the same one, it's just not really going to give you that benefit. So you have to have a variety of them if it's a specific group of them. So that's what you got to do.
Right. I mainly, like during drops wise, I'm usually either uncommon or rare gang. Yeah. And just from over time, like just because I refuse to sell them at the price points they're at after a drop, I just hold them. And it's like before I know it, I looked back and I'm like, it's not that I have doubles of any of these, but man, I got like almost one of every damn rare that you could have. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just weird.
So the rares. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just thinking like, okay, MCP wise, what happens if I do decide to double up on a rare here or there versus an uncommon? Are they both the same? Like the more you, like once you hit up to 4 of them, let's say of the same book, does it almost like work negatively for you?
Pretty much.
Right. That's
what a common and uncommon. You got a quarter point for common, right? Mm-hmm. Half a point for uncommon. The rares are 2 points. Mm-hmm. But once you get to duplicates, you're like the second rare would be 50%. You only get 1 point. The third rare, you're going to be getting a quarter of that, so you're going to get half a point. So the biggest thing, the biggest one are the uncommons.
Right.
And that's the ones that are like giving you half a point, and they're cheaper than the commons.
Right.
For a lot of times, they're cheaper than the commons. So
and more rare.
Yeah. You can stack those uncommons if they're cheap and get quite a few points from that, and just get a few rares of each of them. But if you spread out across all the comics, then that's
Right.
where you
really maximize.
Yep.
Like, and my thought process is like VB, I think, even though they may not have had executed from this standpoint, I think that they are aware that like the things that do hold more value. So like a common right now might be one of the cheapest out of all the rarities, but we all know it's going to be one of the most sought after because it's the most recognizable, nostalgia attached to it. And then the uncommon gives you a little of that, but you might lose a little bit of the people that love a common just because of the lack of the color. But then you got a lower edition size with that, right? And then that all bleeds into the rare and ultra rare and all that. But I just started thinking in terms of like no color. I'm like, well, what if we can color them? What happens then? So now I start staring at uncommons and rares from the standpoint of like BB might double back and then make the ability to color these things in only available for the uncommon and rare. You don't think so?
I don't think so. That's just like too much.
Too much?
I think that would be too much for them to do.
No, it's not that they have to do anything in particular.
Yeah,
but what
I
I'm
know.
speaking on is like how I got friends that are beta testers in the VBverse.
Yeah.
And when it comes to comics, that's what they do. They're coloring in their
Oh
books.
yeah. Well,
And
hey,
the
by all
rares
means.
and the uncommons are the only ones that have these blank spaces. I mean, when I really step back and look at certain rares, like they literally look like they must be meant to be filled in with color because you can't discern what the image even is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
But it's I mean, like you're stacking and uncommons mainly for the MCP, but like, you know, later on, if you go off of what David said, plenty of times he said, you know, I'm going to burn the comics to get a different rarity or a different, not rarity, different specific mint, a special mint, whatever it may be. That's what people are hoping on to get, basically, something like that. It's like 6 commons and 4 uncommons get you this. And things like that, and that's what will really reduce supply of the comics down the line.
I agree with that, and that's why
that's a huge deal. Especially with things that are like going cheap, like $1.50, $2, $3, you know, and supply, especially with a 10,000 supply, you got 6,000 comics.
Yes,
you know, so it's a lot of things can happen, and it's going to be a wild game of like that. That's when you get the gamification of that in.
Right.
And people are going to be just looking at numbers all day, and they're going to get dizzy, and it's just like, what do I do next?
Totally agree. And that's why I laugh at people who write off all of our original run, like our first 5 that we got, you know, with all of these super high edition counts, but they're grails technically. And I'm like, if you're sitting here talking about, oh, it'll never be anything again because it was 60 or 70,000 produced, I was like, yeah, highly mistaken, because all you got to do is turn on a burn-in mechanism in regard to those highly minted books, and it's over all over again.
It's there's more to it than that, because a lot of those are not even ever going to see the light of day ever. I mean, given the fact that they put those terms and conditions in there saying they're going to take over your wallet after 2 years of this activity, they banned a whole bunch of wallets. They got a whole bunch of bots, you know, and there was tons of bot activity, and there's an insane amount of inactive wallets compared to what we got now. I mean, I think the last count I had one point, I don't know, a few months back, was like 85,000, I think, in total active wallets. Out of, you know, IMX had like almost 1.2 million, you know, so 85,000 to 1.2 mil, that's like, where's the rest of them, you know?
It's like, maybe you could help me. One question I do have, because at the time when this piece dropped, it was a little pricey, and it was so pricey that me and my friends decided to do like a DAO type of thing, and we all scraped up $500 a piece, and then that actually went down because we added a 4th person, so it was a little less a piece, but we hopped on it, you know, literally watched this thing in the market every day, and when it hit 1,000 or 1,200, we got in. But what are your thoughts on the Batman Killer Croc collectible? Do you see any evidence that was heavily botted? And do you think that the supply is really what it is? And if not, what do you think the
Why
real
is
supply
what it is?
Like, what percentage do you think are locked up and never going to be seen again?
God. Give me 2 minutes. I can
Yeah, go
find
ahead. I'm going to talk my head off anyway. I was going to say, because at the time, I was kind of around that time when that drop came out is when I found you on Twitter and a couple of the people that would again kind of like make these statements to just make me think. And I'm like, wait, is this possible? Because like botting was going on, all these things were going on, but I don't think they changed the term of service yet. So it was kind of like a gray area. And I wasn't sure what was going to happen, but I was telling my friends, I was like, if anything, I see them locking up those accounts and there's who knows what in all these accounts. And I think that our true mint sizes are a lot different than what we think. And I think at that time that was considered a somewhat scarce collectible. I don't remember how many they made, but
They made God, it wasn't 8,000 or something or 12.
And at the time,
something.
that was considered kind of low, right? Because we were getting 20, 30.
Yeah, exactly. It was, but it hit like over 2K, I think.
Yes.
Because it minted for 80 or no 120, wasn't it?
Yes, 120, I believe.
120.
Out the gate, I remember we were speculating it would be 900 after the drop, and I remember a couple people dropped theirs for 900. All of a sudden, the floor wouldn't be no lower than 1,200, and we were sitting there with our $1,000, like, come on, you know. And someone else hopped in with another 200. So
it was hot back then, man.
Yeah, I mean the detail is still holds up to today for me. Like I love that collectible. And you get two characters in one, you know, well crafted.
It's a statue. It's kind of it's a nice kind of like, you know,
it's like the real battle statue.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I was looking at I was in that drop too. I mean, it was crazy. It's just like you get that and you hit the lottery. It was
right.
That's all it was. It was. I mean, that's all it was back then.
It's true.
Because a lot of that stuff.
Daniel Marquez, I thought it would go to 10K after the drop back then.
Why does everybody think it was going to go that high? Was it really that? You know, was everybody thinking like, you know, this Walt statue is going to go to 1 million? I mean, why is everybody thinking about that?
I don't know.
You tell me, did you think anything is going to hit like $1 million back then?
No, never. No, I still don't. I don't. No, not anyone.
Back then, I mean, you got like gems that are so cheap, and nobody knew the real extent of it. Then you had exploits, and then you had a lot of things that, like, you know, a lot of other things happened too.
Oh yeah, a whole lot of other things. And that's the thing is, like, it was a perfect storm of events, even outside of Eevee, that just all culminated to us experiencing what we did, just like what we're going through today. It's more than one factor going into how the economy slowed down and just where we are. Things cooling off. I mean, anything that's healthy to me has got to breathe. So it's got to have a run and it's got to have a cool off. Yeah, anything else, it's like, you know. So I think for the amount of pressure that was sustained over those months, it's only right that it cools down for how long it kind of is. I think it's a little longer than I would like, but I think it's just like a slingshot. You know, it's like building up that pressure again. It's building up.
Yeah, but like, there were so many factors back then that made it go catastrophic. It was like, it was huge. It was a rocket ship.
Right.
I mean, like with the cheap gems, getting them at 30-40 cents on the dollar, and then like you know, with the exploits, everything was just getting pumped. The bots were really pumping everything, and they were just creating artificial demand. It was basically maybe buying you know, their own, you know, they were buying their own in order to inflate the price and actually get everybody to kind of FOMO into it. But then you get trapped. I mean, there's algorithms that basically do that sort of thing, even after the 8%, you know, fee and stuff like that. So,
right, because when you're getting the gems at 30 cents on the dollar, it offsets those
Yeah.
fees in it, right?
Yeah.
Can you explain to me, I guess from a non-emotional type of standpoint, more from like a data-driven standpoint, or even with the understanding of gem exploits and things that happen? Some people said once they like stopped transfers and stuff that possibly our prices would recover when there would be like gem exhaustion, and that these exploited gems would burn out eventually. So I thought that because there were still people that had gems that they bought 30 cents on the dollar, that was the logic behind literally going for a comic, or even forget a blind box, going for a drop that you know what you're getting. You're literally only going for one collectible, going for it. So you know in this drop, there's no secret rare to chase. The best you could do is get a specific or low mint number, and people still go for a drop that's 60 gems and turn around and it right away listing it for 30. To me, that looks like somebody that can afford to do that, especially if you got your gems at, right? But
you're selling it cheaper and you still made money.
You still, thank you.
Yeah.
So my question is
people don't realize that.
Right. So my question is for the amount of people that continue to go for drops, whether they're blind box or not, whether it's $6.99 comic or not, how much of a percentage of the people on the app do you think are able to list things at such a fraction of what they just paid? Like, do you think those cheaper gems are still on the app in these active accounts? Like, what's people's mentality? Like, how do you even afford to keep doing this?
I mean, people do a lot of things. They want to go, they're gambling on secret rare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's for one thing. I've done it myself. I'm like, hey, I'm going to get secret rare on this, but like, you know, I don't want to sell it cheap. You don't want to do something like that, but like, it's, you know, I DCA. I DCA something like that. But you know, you don't want to keep on doing something like that either. I mean, it's just
not
sustainable. And then people lose. Yeah, this is when people like, you know, this is when they recycle gems. So they keep on selling old stuff to buy new stuff, and that's why things go down, because they're recycling gems. They're not putting more money into it.
Right.
So,
and then we have more sell pressure than buy pressure, of course. We got so much dilution on the platform versus this time last year, and so many, like you said, so many different factors. Stan says, as a rule of thumb, how much does the physical twin value lead to a positive or negative for the digital? I think it's hard to directly answer that, but that's kind of why I still cover CGC price values. I still cover eBay values in my Stacking and Slacking videos. Yes, I know there's no direct correlation, but then there's some sort of correlation, because books that are over a certain in real life thresholds, you know, of course you got drop factors on the app, but for the most part,
do people put a lot of emphasis on this 9.8? And I'll tell you what, like, there is no 9.8 for Hulk number 1. So they go for a 9.4, or I think that's the highest one right now, or something like that. But they're trying to find a value, trying to find a marker to actually place on these items. And like, the biggest thing is that it's an X-Men number 1 from 1963, and there's an Hulk number 1, and it's Amazing Fantasy 15. You know, it's like, that's what the appeal is. Right. Even though there's same factors, you got 10,000 editions, you got, you know, the price is the same. And it's what people like more, and that's why the price is where it's at. So, you know, they have 15, you're at $250 to $300, and then with the same conditions as like the Hulk, or near it, or the same conditions as the first, you know, Thor. You know, and it's just the popularity of the character. So, and being that the AF-15 actually hit like what was it, 6 mil or something, or for the physical? Yeah, it's the highest grade.
High, right?
Was it a 9.8 or what was it?
No,
it was lower than that.
So. I think it was a 9.2 or 9.4 or something.
Yeah, I don't even know. And there might be a 9.8 for the Spider-Man one, but the Hulk one, there was a reason why there was no 9.8s, because of the paper quality, all this other stuff.
Oh, right.
But basically, yeah, wherever I was going with this, it's popularity. You know, that's why certain things are priced where they're at. But And then it kind of goes with like everybody's selling off certain things in order to buy other things, you know,
Yeah.
and it's just because they don't want to buy more gems into the
Yeah.
app. Because
Yes.
in the end, it's an app on your phone, and like you never want to, you know, I never thought I'd actually put money into an app on my phone.
Right.
You know, it's just
Right.
like,
Me either. It's
then
weird.
again, you know, eventually they will have, I don't want to say it, but interoperability, you know, it's like one of those things, but you know.
And then, you know, they say that there'll be a trading aspect to this thing, but I also know that unless they build in fees involved with us trading across the platform, it's not profitable for them to even do that, because technically we're trading now by selling one item, not putting money into the app, but selling an item or two to go buy another item.
Yeah.
Like we're technically trading each other now. It's just that they're eating off the fees when I sell and then buy, and then so they have no incentive to turn on transfers or even allow trading.
Well, transfers are just going to invite the bots another avenue of actually like getting their money around and moving around and stuff like that. And I've seen a lot of like, you know, the most trafficked, we'll call it trafficked, right? Is the flower, the sunflower grin.
Right, and then Toby.
Like 1,200 or whatever like that. I had a list somewhere. 1,200 transactions for this one. I mean, you know, if you're ever going to traffic gems back and forth, you might as well do it with the one that's actually going to help war-torn countries. So, you know what I mean? You're paying 2.5%. It's going to go to them instead of Vivi, I think.
Yeah, that's wild.
So, but anyway,
forgot about that.
And like, you know, the weapons racks and things like that have the lower 2.5%. But they you know, I've seen them do it with the Marauder comic. You do it with the
don't forget Toby now.
The Alpha Flight comic, the Tobys for sure. Yeah, there's a lot of that. We kind of go back to the Killer Croc. So I'll bring it up. Right. Since the KYC happened, 8/1, I use 8/1/2022. I only see 5,654 that are in active wallets. So that means like 63% are in active wallets, at least since then. So they could. But here's the thing: there's different KYCs and activities and things like that. So from 8/1/2022 all the way to about June 1st, 2023, that's when you like, you know, any activity is basically a KYC wallet. But after June 1st, I believe, June 2nd, whenever they turned it on to be able to do, they moved back the KYC process, you have to be able to, you can buy and you can buy and mint and buy from the market, mint from the store. And still not be KYC. So you have to do a little bit of extra, you know, stuff. But a lot of wallets popped up recently because of that, and I think they just because they didn't want to KYC. But I mean, eventually you're going to have to somehow, right? I mean, if I'm wrong, or they just maybe the interoperability, maybe when they get that, they'll do it. But that's the count basically. 63% of it is in active wallets, at least from that point on until now. So you're about 37% is basically in inactive wallets. You haven't even been touched or moved since before KYC. So in bot wallets, it could be in a whole bunch of inactive wallets, just people that don't want to KYC. So who knows? I mean, that's just what it is.
Wow. So in other words, there's a decent percentage of Killer Crocs that are locked up.
I mean, there's what I say?
I think
3,200 of 3,200 are locked up.
Right.
Well, not locked up. I mean, but they could be
possibly.
Yeah.
That's
so if you kind of,
right?
and if you kind of look at, if let's say, you know, I don't know exactly how this legal stuff works 100%, but they did that terms and conditions, that 2-year thing, right? Remember that? It was 18 months, 2 years, whatever, maybe. And then they give you an extra 6-month leeway, like after. So it was about 2.5. So given that, whenever they did it, if that person logged into the app, they could agree to the terms and conditions, basically, by logging into the app, things like that. So whatever that account is, so that account is flagged as like, hey, this guy accepted it. 2.5 years from that mark is when the clock is out. So that's basically how it works. If you if you log in, you are accepting the terms and conditions by doing this and this. So that's, I think, my understanding of it. So if you so I mean 2.5 years from that point, is what we're talking about. But they have. Here's the thing: they did burn a few wallets recently. I mean, not recently. I mean, back in February or March.
Really?
Three wallets got sent to the burn wallet.
What?
I mean, I don't know. It really wasn't much going on, and like nobody really said anything.
Oh.
And like I never mentioned it myself.
Yeah.
Right, maybe I did. I don't know. I don't remember.
I've never heard anything about it.
Months ago, but like 3 wallets got sent to the burn wallet, and they were all various what do you call collectibles, like a variety.
Really?
It wasn't
Were
just like
they-
one thing.
Right. Were they healthy wallets? Like they were healthy collections?
Like there was like maybe like I don't remember 100%, but like 20, 30, 40 in each one, maybe. We're not talking about like a few. I mean, there might have been one that was like 5, but there was like, they were like, it seemed like user wallets.
Right.
And I was like, what's up with this? Is this a part of like, I thought they were going to start burning a ton. They were like, these are the bots, it could have been bot wallets, but I thought they were going to burn more and more and more. But then it's just those 3. And I was like, okay. And then they did the gauntlet thing, and then all this stuff got burned. So, but it might have been after that terms and conditions thing.
I think it was. That would make sense too.
But like, it's what, 2 years after the mark. I mean 2020 is when they launched, I guess. Is it 2.5 years exactly from the date they launched? Maybe somebody agreed to it and they haven't. I don't know. I mean, there were more recent stuff too in there, so I don't know. I mean, I can look into it one day and kind of go into that, but man, it's just there was a lot of shady stuff going on, and I think maybe Vivi does not want some of that stuff to come out because it's just you don't want stuff getting highlighted and things like that. So yeah,
I agree. Here's a good question by Standing Man as usual. Says, if your calculations are correct for Vivi during the hyped bot activity, is it reasonable to grab the first comic drops on Vivi regardless of the listed circulation?
This circulation in the app is most of the time wrong because it's just it is
like
it is
in time versus
it's like it is in total, and it did add extra metadata in there. They added like the burns, the ones remaining in the store and things like that. But like you look at the one like that comic that's got highlighted from my last video, I mean that's 1,000 edition comic, right?
Yes.
But there's only like 200 something or whatever that are actually redeemed, and the redemption deadline is already passed. So nobody's else going to be able to redeem them anymore. So basically, there's not 1,000 editions. There's more like maybe under 300. So technically, that's wrong because they haven't burnt the other ones. Just like those Sorcerer Apprentice Mickeys, they haven't burnt them. Like a lot of these other ones, they just haven't burnt those remaining editions because they're sitting in the Vivi wallet.
Right.
And there's, you look at the Vivi wallet and it's got tons of stuff. And it's like 300-something thousand NFTs in there, but like the funny thing is, a quarter of it is all Jurassic Park posters.
What?
It's like 80,000 posters.
No.
Yeah. That's so
What?
funny.
God.
If you look, I did another video of Jurassic Park posters. Is like some of them haven't even been minted at all. There's like none of them.
What?
Because there was a whole snafu. Like every single one of these promotions, it seems like the Jurassic Park posters, like only like 10 of them were minted of this one or whatever I put in the video. You have to watch it. I don't know.
Right.
But
I got one of the free ones.
Mints. Yeah, one of them's got like 0 mints.
Yeah.
And there's like none of them. I mean, like because of there was a snafu, and I looked at like some of the in the video too. Like I looked at like the promotion that said, "Hey, you have to do this and this at this period of time," and it was like a 1 hour window. And I was like, "Wait, this doesn't make any sense. Why would you do this a 1 hour window?" And I even mentioned it to Alex, and Alex was like confused, like, "Why would it be like this?" And I'm like, "Dude, I think the promotion stuff you did, it's just none of them are working." Because the Guardians of the Galaxy poster, how many of those actually got released? Do you even know? There was like 1,000 of those, right? They were sending them out to people that ordered tickets and stuff. And you know how many got redeemed? 9.
What?
Only 9. And everybody's like, where are these on the market? They're not on the market. Nobody can see them.
Right.
I'm like, what? It's just ridiculous.
Damn, yo.
And the funny thing is, they're, I mean, that funny thing, it might be newer wallets. They're mostly actually all newer wallets. So they're not like old school, you know, VV collectors. They're all new wallets. It might be new collectors. It could be bots. I have no idea. But I know somebody who minted or sent in like bought like dozens of tickets for the movie.
Right. I remember hearing that.
They never got any of the things to come back. Everybody's waiting. Like, where's my redemption code? Anything? Like, there's thousands of people that submitted stuff for that, but they just never got a redemption code.
Damn.
It's just messed up. I don't know. I mean, like, a lot of these promos didn't really go very well.
Right.
So look at that poster. That's 2,900. Yep.
Now, see, this one, the reason why it says I paid $0
Yeah.
is because I got this from David Yu at Comic-Con last year.
Oh, you got a card?
Yeah, I got a card,
You got
redeemed it.
redemption. Yeah.
Yeah,
Some of those airdrops, they still show up as like, hey, you paid $40. Hey, you paid $50.
Really?
Like, I didn't pay that, man.
Right.
This is set it up. But
That'll
that's
throw me off. Like,
But the hardest thing is that the like those Jurassic Park what was it, Blue and Beta? You can't.
that's what I'm
so
scrolling
hard
to that right now.
to do it. It's so hard to find it.
That's what I'm
You gotta
scrolling.
search for it.
That's what I came in here for, actually, was to
Yeah.
bring that up
The
because
Blue and Beta?
yeah, I have that one too, and it says $0 paid because I went and sat through all the Jurassic Park movies.
I don't think it shows up as 0.
It doesn't even show up in here. I
I'm
mean,
telling you.
maybe I skipped it, but why is it not in here?
Yeah, but that one, I'm pretty sure Blue and Beta animated. It shows like you paid X or whatever it may be, but you cannot find it in the app. It's so hard. You just do. It's Blue and Beta animated 1. See what I mean?
Yep, that's
It
so
does
weird.
not
It doesn't
come
show
up.
up.
But if you go to the market, if you're in the market where you're searching in the market,
Mm-hmm.
go down.
Won't come up. Can you search? for
Go
it?
search.
All right.
Go from the go to series for brand. Go to brand. Maybe you can find it that way. If it's not found that way, it's just like it doesn't even come up. Go down. Yeah, it doesn't even come up here either, right? I hope they fixed it.
Mine shows up here.
Yeah,
Wow.
if you have it in your personal collection, it'll you can find it from there. But it's just so hard to find.
What I didn't like-
I complain about this already. I already sent them a ticket about it. I'm like, dude, you can't find these old airdrops in the system, and it's suppressing prices because of that.
Mm-hmm. I agree with
Yeah.
that. One
It's
little-
literally, it's under the brand. We're talking about the brand here.
Right.
It's
Right.
not here. So
13 for sale at $4. This is wild to me. It's wild.
yeah,
The thing I didn't like was how it had the same collectible, but like in these 3 different waves here. Like,
yeah. So some of those are not even, they're sold out, but they're not
Right.
really sold out. Those are all sitting in the VV wallet.
oh wow.
And some of them, I think whichever one it was, a German, maybe the Italian one, I think was the one that was like, there's only a few of them.
Wow. So even though they're not sold out, they're not in the
Yeah.
store.
You can see different prices with them.
Yeah.
And you can see obviously the prices are very, very different from each of them because of what is listed on there. So there's only 10 listings of this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Is very,
Wow.
not too many out there. So when you look at the other ones, you kind of go through them, and it's just like now there's a wide range of prices. Some are like $12, and some are going to be like that $80 or whatever, and some actually don't have any listings at all because there's no listings. So I mean, the rare Dilophosaurus, you look at that one. I forget which one is. There you go, 169, 590. Yeah, you'd have to look at the video. I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm sure,
You
man.
can skip through. I'm not trying to promo anything. You can skip to the end and you can get the details.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's like you kind of look at it like, I did a whole arbitrage thing in there. It's like, hey, this one's got this many mints, this one's got that many mints, and you kind of look at the prices, and this one's undervalued, this one's overvalued. It's just one way of looking at it. But I'm not saying anybody to do that. But it's just like, this is what it is. I mean, like, this is what you see in here, and nobody knows that these things are 590 mints, that are actually like 40 mints. And it's like nobody has these details, and it's not in the app. And most people are on the mobile app; they're not on the website, and even the website doesn't have these details. So it's like you're not informed of what actually is available to you.
Yep.
And it's like, these things are not going to get redeemed ever. So just burn them from the VV wallet, get it out of there, put it in the app so people actually know what they're buying and how many are left. That's all I was asking and wondering.
Facts. And then you start to question, like, is this information being held back or suppressed on purpose?
It's something like the posters, no, but some other things, maybe some Spider-Mans. I don't know. I mean,
I was thinking about Spider-Man yesterday, literally, because I was looking at it in the market, and a couple of the rarities were like back at retail, and I'm like, yo, I never thought this day would come. I think it's the uncommon.
Oh, the uncommon, really?
Yeah, one of them is back like $1 under retail price. It was like
no way under retail.
Yeah, it's like 59 gems.
What?
Let me see if I can find it again.
That's just crazy. Though.
Yeah, I never thought I would see it ever. Any rarity. Like, what? Yeah, I got it.
So if I were to do the same thing as far as like, Marvel Comics #1 and as far as activity dates.
Check it out.
63, 40, yeah, 63, yep.
Now, I think the uncommon might have been, I don't know why it's not coming up.
When you have like 17,000 of them sitting, the addiction thing popped up.
Yeah, that was dope. I
didn't even see that yet.
Yeah, me either. I guess it's just popped up.
That's 4 days from now, too.
Right. So I could do my video on this tomorrow.
No, they're not having any drops. I think, is this the first one?
Yeah.
For the week?
Yeah.
68. So what is it, like 6,850 editions, but like how many of them are actually for sale and how many are given away? 803, yeah. Oh, here you go. So like 43,000 Marvel Comic #1s in active wallets. So you have about 17,000 that are not. Since
that right there alone is a nice little shaving off the top.
Yeah. So I mean, who knows? That's still like 28%, right?
Right.
Well,
that's what I'm like.
That's 70. So it seems like the consensus is like, at least with the two things that we looked up, 68% or 72%. I mean, so somewhere between 60 and 70% is pretty much an active wallets, I would say.
Wow.
Safe. But like 30% is like pretty much inactive, possibly gone. I don't know. I mean, you do the same thing for a lot of other ones. It's just.
I forgot who brought it up, but someone else mentioned the fact that, like, even with a lot of stuff, like the people who actually are like collected it or bought it or whatever, like we're the same core people and we own like a vast majority of the stuff.
Pretty much. So
it's really even more scarce when you kind of think about it from that perspective.
Yeah, I mean, like you have a core group of people that actually like in the app, but like you have to do a lot of maneuvering with these dates because of the KYC thing got moved back. But on any given month, you got like 30,000 people or so, give or take. There's active, I think, as far as I can remember. I haven't looked at numbers recently. I've just been working on other stuff. So I think, let me see. Bam, 1 month. Yeah.
Informant said 1,090 Guardians posters. Quit giving all this out. I wish I had a switch to stop this stream too.
If you're gonna find one on the market, because you're gonna find one on the market. I mean, if you're gonna get it cheap, but you know, there's only 9 of them. But then again, here's the thing: you got 9 of them that are redeemed, but then you got 90 that Vivi has. So technically, if you got like, you know, if you're a mod in the Discord, I mean, you can possibly just buy one of those. But what are you going to offer Vivi? I mean, I could offer Vivi, hey, I'll give you $500 to give me this Guardians of the Galaxy poster, and they said sure, whatever, because they don't have an actual value for it, right? If you're a mod, and then you sell it on the market for $3,000, because so there's the only poster that's out for sale, and somebody might buy it because it's the only one available. You know, who knows? Just saying, if you're a mod watching. I don't know what Vivi's valuing this stuff, because technically, you know, in my other video, whatever too, I did, the Danny Boy bought like the first minted Marvel Comics #1 Secret Rare. It's basically this first comic minted ever on IMAX.
Wow.
And he bought edition number 199, I think I remember. And I looked it up, and I'm like doing the video, and I'm doing the analysis before I do the video, and I'm like looking at it, I'm like, holy shit. This guy bought those first 2 that were minted ever. And I'm like, that's why he did this. You know, just trying to get those. Because they were not minted sequentially. They were the one I think was minted first.
Yes.
99, and then like it was all scattered after that or something.
Yeah.
You know, that was in the IMX Primer video I did. It was like near the end or something. But it was just that's why he did it, and he probably didn't offer that much. I mean, they took it, I guess, just extra money for them. I mean, it's like the same thing as the mods buying something. It's no different, really. So, but he did a cash deal too.
Say that again.
He did a cash deal. I mean, like, he didn't do it through the app. I wish it was more like gems in the app, but like then it would have drained gems in the app. I mean, anyway.
Kind of. Then again, he wouldn't have done it in the app because he didn't have access to those specific mints he wanted. Yeah.
But you know what? The problem with that is that it did not burn the OMI in the reserve wallet. It was kind of the old tokenomics.
Exactly.
We don't know exactly what the amount was.
Right, and how that would have affected us, because as he would have bought and plucked little stuff.
Yeah.
And then that's not to say, like, I've had a dude literally scour the blockchain and somehow figured out I had a Batman or Luke, like a very low mint that he wanted. I didn't have it for sale or anything, and this guy knew I had it and just hit me up on Twitter like, yo, you know, made me an offer. So my one perspective was like, well, if you don't have it listed for sale, how could they find it? But I forget, the blockchain is what it is. So very interesting.
Yeah, so I mean that's the one thing, because like he didn't do it through the app, so we don't have the OMI burnt amount. Right. So we don't know how much he paid.
Right.
Would have been nice.
Yes.
To know that.
With all that money, let's just say everything he was looking for, someone in the app had for sale. How much do you think, in consideration of how much he spent overall, how much do you think that would have affected at least people in the app? Because you know how they are. Like, there's so many people who have less than 500 gems. They can't cash it out. And they might only have a couple things listed that he could have scooped and maybe left you with 150 gems. Like, if that happened all in one day or within 24 hours in the same way as he kind of bought it, do you think it would have affected the market in any way? Like a temporary bump?
Like he bought
$100,000 worth of stuff, but from all of us, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, like if you kind of create liquidity that way, then it kind of goes into his hands. You got 100,000 that is either going to get cashed out or it's just going to get spent. And most people don't keep their stuff in the app that long, and they just kind of spend it.
Right.
Or saving up or trading up. I mean, you can
hope for more drops.
You can trade up. Right. I mean, like the Iron Man, it was selling for a lot. If you can sell it, cash out, buy something else, and make some money and go from there. It was $1,000 to cash out before. Then it was $500. They're gonna drop it down to like $300, $200. You know.
Yeah, I can see $250.
Yeah, the $250 might work. Yeah, and then more people are gonna be able to cash out and be
Right.
But like go for the X-Men comic. If you get it, the worst case scenario, you make $10 or whatever. I mean, I don't know whatever it's going to go for, but a lot of these other ones, you hit a secret rare, you can make 500. I don't know, whatever. You can trade up, you can go for some things if you wanted to get your money out and go do it that way. But I mean, everybody does their own thing, so.
That's true. Everybody has different wants and needs and motives and all of those things, man. So yeah, man. I know his question was, does VV have a company to audit their inventory? I know some of these questions are outside of my pay grade or knowledge base. So I have no idea the inner workings, but
no, I mean, what do you mean, like to audit their holdings? I mean, because their VV wallet. Their VV wallet just has a whole bunch of stuff in there that they just haven't gotten to yet, probably because it's just been too much. You know, they got too much going on. They haven't burned things that they should have burned a long time ago.
Exactly.
But they just haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah. I think the way that they reprioritize stuff sometimes is like saying, like, you know what? Let's just keep a tally on that stuff. And then when we have a moment to address it, it's going to be a massive event, a massive thing that takes place. And it'll just allow them to catch up. And then we'll just be feeling the reverberating effects of massive amount. Like, it'll be so many different things getting burned at different rates that we won't even know how to process it for like a week and understand what it really means for us.
They, when they start burning, what do you mean? All the old wallets, you mean?
Those, or just turning on burning mechanisms. Also,
those things
just
too.
The combinations of things,
Yep, everything's going to be like coming at once. I mean, it's just stuff.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a lot of things, and that's why you're going to need some kind of tools to kind of figure this stuff out. Because in the app, you're going to see probably the burned amounts or something like that, but like you won't know a lot about it. I mean, it's not a lot of details. I mean, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's the one problem with it. You don't have the details in the app, and that's just kind of like trying to advocate, like, hey, put these numbers in here already. It's just like so people actually know, new users that come in, these sorcerer printed Mickeys are not like, literally whatever many mints. They're a lot less than that because they're going to redeem those codes and all this. Just burn them already,
Right, so we can make a truly informed decision.
Yeah.
On what we're, what's still out there and available. Because you obviously would move differently and start collecting something that's at an 8-gem floor if you knew how scarce it really was.
Which kind of gives you an advantage if you like somebody like me, like I know a lot of these things, they're going to get to it eventually. Exactly. I'm going to scoop these up at an earlier, lower price or whatever, and then you're going to be able to, take advantage of it. But then again, what's the bottom? I don't know, and I'm not going to risk.
Exactly.
Like if I said,
like, figure out the top.
These Spider-Man commons are, going to get burned eventually or whatever it may be.
Right.
And then, it's going to go up. But where is the what are you going to risk? Thousands for like something that may or may not come in. I don't know how many years it's going to take them to get to it, because they got tons to burn. Yes. So, I mean, one day.
Just take your time, because financially I'm not in position yet. So take your time.
You should just let me get to the burn wallet or the VV wallet and just let me go through it and just burn everything that should be burnt.
Right. Let the man live up to his name, VV.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
I'll burn it for you. I know it needs to be burnt.
Right. So VV collectible burn, Omi daily burn, all that. So VE of Informant said over the counter was BS, but it also means VV isn't informing their TOS. It's clear that you can't have an account for business purposes. Of course, we know that's happening.
Yeah, but it's not. He's probably doesn't have it under business purposes. He's got it under his own name, so technically he's legal.
Yeah, it's under one person, and he's just doing like a DAO.
Whatever he's got behind the scenes is his business. I mean, if he's got a partnership or something, but if it's under his name, then he's liable for it, and that's his stuff. So, I mean, technically he's good, I guess.
Yeah, like even with the TOS and all of that to a degree. Like,
Yeah.
he did a cash deal with his investors. I mean, that keeps them off the grid. Their name isn't attached to anything.
Any one of us can actually like get 1,000 people, give us money,
Right.
and we can just start buying collectibles, and it'll be the same thing. You just got to deal with them. You got to deal with this.
Right. Because the reality is, though, even if you had $100,000 to put on this app, you would be taxed so hard uploading that it would be sickening. Yeah, now maybe if you want to do it through the VV app, you wouldn't have to pay extra fees. But me in New York, I gotta pay fees. So for every
to put money in the app.
yes, sir. When I do
Oh,
it
how
through my
much?
phone, I think I can't remember anymore because I've just been using the web app since. But
Yeah, do the web app. Always do the web app because I think
Yeah.
there's different fees for
It
you
is.
as well as opposed and Vivi as well too. So
it is. That's what I'm saying. I get hit twice. So what happens is on my phone, let's say I'm getting 99 gems. It might say it cost me 99 and it'll give me 100 gems, but the money when I check my bank statement, it's literally more than that 100 because I got
108.
state tax. So
Yeah.
he has 108, and then it might be another fee or something. I forget, but the reason why sometimes I have to still use my phone is my bank has Vivi on a fraudulent list. Yeah. So at first, when I would buy something with my card on the app, it would go through, and sometimes I would do it like as a test run, and I'd be like, all right, let me just grab 10 gems, knowing I really want 20. So I might do the 10, and then when I go to do the 20, it'll say payment failed. And I'll be like, what? You know what I'm saying? And then I have to call my bank. They'll be like, oh, we put a restriction on your thing because you're doing it too frequent. That was the first. That was the first excuse.
Well, here's the
Then-
thing. Let me get you a workaround.
Okay.
Go to Safari or whatever it is and just log in that way. I mean, but it is, you know, a little bit different. I mean, but it doesn't come up perfectly on the app because it's not optimized for like web on there. But there is a way. God, there is a way. I can't think of it right now. You can actually. It's a progressive app. Technically, they have a progressive app where you can actually go to the website. I'll tell you right now, VV, what is it? app.vv.me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there is a thing that you go to the website, you hit the little square and the whatever at the bottom, square and arrow at the bottom, like on your phone.
Okay.
And you kind of like, what is it? Like you can
But see, my issue is on the web app, not the phone.
Oh, it's not on the web app? Really?
No, see, when I'm using the web app, it makes me go through Google Play.
On the web?
No, on the phone. On the web app, it has my card banned.
On
So
the
even
web?
though I'm using this thing, when I go to make a purchase, it'll say purchase failed.
Yeah, you got to use a different card or something. Then.
Right. Now I have another card. Literally, I just got one the other
Yeah.
day. But, you know, being that I kind of slowed down in uploading gems anyway, I really didn't care too much.
Yeah.
And I did have other cards I was using sometimes, but it wasn't my main account. Now that I'm kind of back to use my main account, something happened with my physical card anyway. So now I have a whole new number and all that. But I know still at the end of the day, my bank has VV flagged as some sort of fraudulent company from New Zealand. It just is what it is.
Yeah, get this. Yeah, that's because other people have flagged it and they kind of like did chargebacks on them, probably. So, but the other thing is like even on back calls on their side, one of my cards doesn't work anymore, and it used to before. And they basically just like stopped doing NFT purchases as a whole. That's basically what it is. You're buying an NFT. So if they flagged it as an NFT, it's like in the crypto realm. So they want to like take that all together. So a lot of banks are doing that. So you got to get the right cards with it. But there's you know, if you're on their phone or whatever, you can't get access to your desktop or something like your laptop or whatever. I mean, I have my desktop running 24/7, but like
me too.
It's running stuff. But like I use like Chrome remote desktop. I just remote into my desktop and just buy it that way.
Wow. See, I got to figure out how to get that going. The only thing I've done is the link to Windows, where like if I get a text on my phone, it'll show up on the computer, but I don't have it working in reverse.
Yeah, just
There were
remote
times I
desktop.
tried to like
Yeah.
just go through like Google, like the regular Internet Explorer, and try and log into the app that way, but it would still kind of pick it up as if it wasn't really the desktop version at the same time. It was like
Yeah. Yep, exactly. But that's that's why I just remote into my computer.
yeah,
I do a billion things that way too, so I just always do things.
Right. You know, you're supposed to be logged in, working remotely for your employer, guys. It might be a workaround. We gotta hit up OD.
That is a workaround.
Right, you know.
That's your home computer though. If you did that, like I've used it before. That's but if you're on a work laptop, you can't do that. No.
Okay. See, I'm glad you cleared that up, man.
Yeah.
I was thinking about how much I missed out.
Technically, you can, but there's work.
Okay. We won't get into too much of that. Yeah.
But I don't do stuff like that. I got a different.
Okay.
I'm always home anyways.
Right. It's like, what's the difference? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're barbecuing or something, you might as well.
No, but like something like that, I'm like, I'm not gonna pay these extra fees. I'm just gonna log into my home computer, boom, knock it out. And I rarely buy anything anymore anyway. If it's as far as putting gems in, I don't really because I got plenty in there, and there's real reason for it. So, because you can trade up, you can take profits here and there, and you can go that route. So
That's true. That's true.
That's just myself.
So Stan says the walls will be obliterated. The actual numbers will be an epic event. I would pay for that event. Bonfire.
For what? What are we talking about here?
The walls are the sale walls, I think is what he's referring to. And the actual
what happened?
I guess burning or the revelation of True Wallet.
Oh
stuff
yeah. And, I put out a bunch of stuff and prices move because of it, but it's like it's like one of those short-term things. Like don't trade off of anybody's videos or anything like that.
Exactly.
It's not.
Even like Dazzler hype, like she's gonna be in the movie. Yeah,
who cares? I don't care. I'm going to wait for the hype to buy down. I'm going to buy it later on. Exactly. And then again, I probably wouldn't even buy it even then. It's not really that big of a character for me. I'd be kind of focusing on the bigger, books like X-Men 1.
Well-established classics.
I'd be going to like the AF-15, but that's a little, steep for you get multiples of that. But how about you good for the Thor or the X-Men 1 or the Hulk 1? Those are a lot cheaper.
Iron Man 1.
And there's 10,000 of them, right? The Iron Man 1. Iron Man was pretty cool, right?
All this stuff is.
It's a good story, just like the movie and stuff.
Yes.
So those are cheaper, 30, 20 to 35, maybe something like that right now for a lot of them. So those are the ones you kind of focus on because those are the ones that everybody's going to want. And comic collectors are going to come in, and I collect comics physically and digitally. So, I'm sure there's going to be dozens and thousands and millions of other people that might want to do it too. There's not that many comic collectors, but
I hate you.
But
I would love to collaborate again and dive in even further, man. There's so many different layers to dive into and then to actually look at, and
there's a million things, man. You can look at a lot of things, but it's just maybe next time we'll have something else I'll show you.
Right. We could pull up some things visually for them to
I have
see.
something ready. We'll know. I'll let you know when it's ready.
All right, bet. So that means, guys, that I'm not allowed to hound him in his DMs until he gets at me first because he's too damn busy. This type of crap. But anyway, it's
family than anything, man. That's the thing.
Say that again.
I'm more busy with the family than anything.
I'm telling you.
That's the thing. So it's just a lot. It was work and family, really, for the most part. So.
Yeah, those got to be the priority, you know what I'm saying? Because if one of those are not right, then your day-to-day life is going to be hell.
Yeah, that should be number one priority.
Yeah, so.
Vivi should always be last. No reason to ruin your life over Vivi, so.
No. It's definitely not that serious.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, we are literally 2 hours and 45 minutes in. Right. Almost hit three damn hours. So, we're going to end it right now, man. Once again, it's been a pleasure. I'm glad you were able to join me.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. My time is so valuable. So to get this much of it, I'm truly grateful. Hopefully, everybody else enjoyed this as much as I did. And yeah, man, we're gonna be rolling out on that note. Before we do go, as you guys know, down in the description, last opportunity to get into the Dr. Khan raffle going on. 9.8s across the board. ASM number 25. Skottie Young variant. Hulk number 1. Peach Momoko variant. Which one of those two covers do you like the best?
Me, I mean, it was hard to see the Hulk one. I kind of looking at it now, and I'm kind of liking it. But I kind of always go with the Spidey.
Got to.
Yeah.
For me, and then Skottie on top of, like, I don't know, Skottie. I really became a fan of him this last year, especially due to Vivi. Like, you know, I think that there's going to be something special at some point with the couple of variants of his that we do have. You know, they put some in the uncommon. I think most of them are uncommons that they gave him. But I really love those drops, like the Thor number 1, the Ghost Rider. You know, more modern books, but that's what I kind of want from our variants with the modern books. If there's real life variants running around that have real life value and they're done by somebody notable, give me that, man. Like, you might have to sacrifice your little VV rare and exclusive, and you know, they probably have some deal going on with these artists, or maybe David just gets giddy at knowing he has these people do his stuff. But I like the more simpler days where we got real life variants, man. You know, so got to keep experimenting, guys. You know. But yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, by the way, in the background, are those like posters, or are those more or less cardboard cutouts that are meant to be on the ground, or are those like meant to really be hung up?
Those are like 2 inches thick.
Mm.
There's like what, 3 feet tall, 2 by 3,
Mm-hmm.
2 inches thick, and it's basically it's not like a poster. It's like a wooden. It's a wooden thing. These guys up here are all wooden. You kind of get those from some stores or whatever. Like, I think like Ross stores sell some of them.
Okay.
They're not too expensive, but like I bought a whole collection off a guy for a couple $100. They got like 30 different things. I got like canvas ones and like Iron Man, like Star Wars ones, a whole bunch of other stuff.
That's dope.
It was pretty sweet. It was like a pretty good deal. A whole bunch of canvases.
Wow.
Like even the Superman one or whatever, it was a little damaged or whatever, but I didn't care.
Hey, take that with the whole lot, you know? Give me the whole lot.
And a whole bunch of stuff. It was like a lot of the wooden ones I liked them because they're not, super special or whatever like that. They're not like that expensive, but like $15 or something, $20.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see them every day, and I'm on Macari and all these places a lot, but
you don't see a lot of them, but but they're out there somewhere. But if people want crazy money for them, you could probably get them for local somewhere, buy local if anything, to get anything saving the shipping.
That's a fact.
You go to offer up or whatever like that, and you get the Facebook and.
Yep.
But you can always find somebody who wants to make a deal. You can get estate sales too if you can get there first thing.
Oh man,
this is the holy grail right there. If you get something good, but they're getting smarter, and they're pricing books up. But there's a line of people with comics. You mentioned comics and Craigslist.
Forget it.
Line right first thing.
In New York, man, it's like good because a lot of people are older and we're collectors, and there's a lot of good stuff in estate sales. But then the bad part is you're also in New York, and there's a million people looking at what you're looking at, and it's it's always competition here.
If you're traveling anywhere, just hit up those rural shops. You don't have a lot going on or whatever it is. Antique shops, some people might find something in the back. You never know. It's just something to do if you're into that sort of thing. Finding these gems, you never know if somebody's going to actually have something, and you'll never.
That's a fact, man. Always some sound advice coming from Omi Daily Burn, man. This is why I said I gotta have him on the stream, man. Keeps me thinking outside the box. Is there anything on the wallet side? Because that was one thing that I really enjoyed and thought was refreshing when I got in the Discord. And just paying attention to Twitter from that perspective was like, before we got the golden Sesame Street stuff,
Yeah.
there was information floating around that this stuff was already minted in Vivi's wallet.
It is.
So it was like, right. So I was sitting there like, what? I'm like, yo, there's people who actually know what drops are coming. Or even if they don't know the name of what it is, it's just the fact they could see something there.
Yeah,
like,
they're
yo, this is
minted. They're
sick.
minted earlier. Maybe a couple days, up to 4 days, up to a week. It could be a month. I mean, it depends. In Vivi's wallet, usually.
Because I heard the Louboutin stuff was in a wallet like 3 months ago, but no one knew what it was because it said like Sea Monster or something.
Yeah. I saw that. I was like, what the
Right?
I'm like, what's going on? What is this stuff?
Right.
I didn't know until it came out. I'm like, all right, well.
Then you could piece it all together. But is there anything in the background that you can tell us about that you?
I haven't looked at anything.
Okay.
I just been looking at. I've been just kind of building other stuff, and I just really haven't been paying attention to what's going on recently or new things. So
right.
But yeah,
that's the most fun information for me right now is just knowing what's coming. Kind of, we're trying to figure it out. I think that's so dope.
Yeah, I mean, I can look right now if you want. I mean, maybe.
We technically got 9 minutes, 8 minutes to round it up to 3 hours. I mean, we might as well.
Yeah. If
you can.
I don't. I don't know. I don't see anything right now. They're just minting the. They're minting the what do you call the Comic-Con stuff?
Right. I mean, they have so much going on with these, right, and most of the stuff we'll see in the wallet.
What else could they possibly be minting right now,
right?
As opposed to like that. That's what they're kind of putting out. So
yeah.
I mean, it makes maybe another week or like when it's not like a popular week like this, maybe in a couple weeks after Funko's thing's over, then you'll probably see something that you might. You're not going to know ahead of time or whatever. But.
Right. But yeah, I think that's just a fun aspect of blockchain accessibility that exists out there now.
Yeah.
No, so dope. Yeah, man.
The Sea Warrior stuff, my God. There's not too many out there, man.
I know.
3 listings.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you don't think many people did a redemption overall?
No, they got a bunch did a redemption. I saw a bunch go through. But like, they still say in circulation 6,190, but like the floor price is $5,000.
Wow.
You tell me, you think everybody's actually going to buy those shoes? They're actually go on VP and KYC and actually do this redemption thing? Maybe I don't think they have the KYC to do redemption, but still.
Right.
The funny thing is if they don't have to do KYC, then they're solid. They just go in there, they sell it for $5,000 if somebody's willing to pay $5,000, and they got some money in the app they can spend.
True.
You're taking out taking out a lot of money out of that, but somebody can get started, I guess.
Right. It's a lot of dynamics to it when I'm really thinking about it now.
There's going to be so much coming down the line that it's going to be just like making your head spin. You're going to need a tool or something to find out all this information because Vivi's not updating this stuff in the app. So you need something.
And that's pretty much what you're working on, correct? In the background?
For the most part, yeah. I mean,
there's
others too that are building stuff. So
there was a site that you pretty much had up and running at one point, right?
Me, no.
Okay, or somebody else?
Somebody else, yeah. Other people, yeah.
Got you. Okay. So are you looking to get into the application game or website game? And
we're building a website right now, yeah. With like Omen the Clown and BB Fox.
Right. Yes.
So we're putting it together. I mean, it's just we're taking our time with it though.
Right.
We're not gonna just push something out that we just don't like.
Right.
Especially me, I just don't want it to be out there if it's not like finished.
Exactly.
I mean, it's you can always add stuff to it,
You want a strong foundation. Of course,
yeah.
you know.
There's always an MVP thing and everything. So, I mean, it's just like there's also the point of like, you know, do you want to launch something when it's like everything's depressed and everything too? You don't want that either. So,
And I believe Vivi is holding back so much just because of that reality as well. I really do. But, you know, I don't know, but that's just what I feel. Like if I
Yeah.
was, I wouldn't turn on the marketing faucet now. I don't care how much people want to cry about. Oh, we need more people on the app. Now's not the time.
yeah.
It'd be like announcing Omi on Coinbase right now. Like, what are you doing? You know, it's time and place for everything.
Right now with Omi, especially, like you should not. I mean, like with all the SEC stuff coming down, like why would you be wanting to like broadcast this whole thing right when Gensler is like cracking down on this and that? Like, no, you know, just hide underneath the table. Wait
Let
till
everyone
this
else
is over,
let everyone else get the axe.
or else, you know, you might get the axe too. You never know. I mean, this guy can pull anything out of his ass and actually make it a security. You know, it's like whatever it may be. So let's get these things taken care of, get them knocked out, and then move on, and then build from there. So if they bring the utility aspect to the coin or the token, I mean, it's and the collectibles. I mean, everything's up from there. I mean, this burn, the gamification, the burning, the HRO thing, like same thing like that. Like you put these things together, you kind of get a new thing. It's they put it all together. Yeah, you got yourself a killer app. You know, but when is that going to happen is the question. I don't know. I mean, that's not up to me. So I'm just looking at what's out there right now. So
now, Omi the Clown, what was the name of the website he had? That's
Omi Wiki.
Right now, my friend, my fam, Crypto Pro, he definitely started mentioning Omi the Clown's name more and more once that website went down, because whenever he would make his content, he would be able to dig into collectibles from that perspective. You know what I mean? Like a visual technical analysis level. So it's just funny how like he's been trying to get Omi the Clown on his channel. I've been trying to get him on my channel as well. I have you on my channel, and it'd be funny if they end up collaborating on their channel, and then we just have like a 4-way dance go on. You know, at one
point. Probably won't come on anybody's channel right now.
Probably won't. Not right now. He's knee deep in. Yeah, that's what Crypto Pro said.
I mean, but like, damn.
Right.
I should be working on coding right now, and I'm talking to you.
Oh my God.
What the hell? I mean, you're postponing everything.
See, I'm holding up all of these wonderful tools, people.
That's all right. Taking the kids to a pumpkin farm tomorrow. I can't really can complain. So
can't complain too much, right?
It is what it is, you know.
Yeah. Then you got to spend some time with them carving.
Yeah.
Right. Then you got to spend time with the wife in the kitchen, and she's making some pies out of that.
Yep.
You know, then a couple of days later, y'all all got to play in the yard to smash the pumpkins and rake some leaves or something. Oh, good old October fall times. I'll tell you. But then again, you're in like Arizona or somewhere, right? So I don't know about too much leaves falling off of trees for you guys. You don't have to worry
I'm
about
in Chicago, man. You know.
Oh, you in Chi-Town? Oh,
you remember that? I told you that.
That's right. Yeah, we had those conversations.
You got a lot of comic shops around me. So
yeah, man. How about card shops, like sport card stores? There's a lot of those.
Tons of them, of course.
Wow.
But like I kind of got out of that back in
smart.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, I was in the 90s or whatever. It was a lot of cards. It was bloated back then too. So you don't know how much of anything is. You know, everything's minting like billions of these cards. You know, like it's kind of nuts back then. Like nothing was worth anything.
Right. In the end, right? It's like, man, either commit to putting this in your PC or let it go when you see the value makes sense. You might as well.
It's kind of nice seeing it on the blockchain or something. Actually have a set number, unless Vivi changes it, like the Vivi logo. You see that?
Oh man,
what was it, 1111, and then they changed it to 1200 something.
Oh, that's deep.
It was like, wait, you said in the article it was 1111. You're telling me?
Yo, that's crazy.
That was not cool. I didn't like that.
And was that the original logo?
No,
or was that for the new one? Right.
The blue and white one.
Okay.
They changed it to 1204. So it was like, all right. It's because they were promised a logo to the people.
Right.
that
Right.
attended an event and stuff like that. So if that's the case, then yeah, you're
The
gonna
number is what it should
But
have been,
the
but
Medium or whatever article it was
Right.
said a different story, and that's why.
and right, and that could be the difference between you deciding to buy something or not. You know.
Yeah. That minted like an extra, 90 or something, or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
93 of them.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't. I don't think it was mentioned, but I could be wrong.
Ooh, that's a good question too. Damn, I didn't even think about that. Oh man, it's too much. My brain is hurting now. I'm gonna do who knows what. But again, gotta thank you for coming through.
Yeah,
I know it
man.
was last minute somewhat, so really appreciative, man. We're at that 3-hour mark. You guys know what it is. You are now watching the Dr. Khan CGC comic book raffle going on. We're at the end of the stream. If you do want to participate, link is in the description. Let me know your YouTube name and what comic you want your entry to be for. And we're going to get it closed up, packaged up, ready for tomorrow. It's going to end at 12 Eastern Standard Time, and the drawing will be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with me, Monos, and D. So yeah, man. Any parting words for the people on We Daily Burn?
Yeah, they changed the article. Additional editions were added to accommodate promised airdrops to attendees of the 2022 VVX DCon kickoff party. There you go.
They
changed it, so
Bro.
whatever. It is what it is, man. It's over.
This is like bordering illegal, you know.
Oh, man,
This is crazy.
It's all good. Whatever. They promised it. They delivered. At least they delivered. And that's a good thing about it.
That's true. That's
That's
true.
good.
I think
They delivered what they said they were going to do. And
Right,
They did a
right.
lot of work, legwork, and stuff like that. I think Alex was grabbing email addresses from people. and
Yes,
stuff. So,
yes.
anyway, it's all good. Yeah. Parting words. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, my
Appreciate
brother.
it. And it was a good talk.
Absolutely.
Talk about. We
Yeah.
could talk about a lot more, but enough. Save it for another day.
You know it, man. Yo, so have a good night, good rest of your weekend. And I'll be in your DMs ASAP. You know, like that.
Yeah. Man. All right. Take
All
care.
right, man. Y'all have a good night. Peace.
Yeah. You too.
All right. Oh man.